Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the season premiere of the Speak On It podcast. I am your host, Big Mike. We are here. The boys are back in town, ready, refreshed. Summer is over, and we are here to get down to it, talk all things sports and culture. Like I said, I'm your host, Big Mike. We have got a lot of fun for you tonight. Tonight is going to be our NFL preview show. Plus, we'll try to sprinkle in some other stuff, Coach Prime, some NBA. I don't know if there's much to talk about. But, like you know, you've been here for 3 seasons. You know I cannot do this alone. Got the Mad Producer Podcast, Poppy, in the building.
It wouldn't be the opening season of this podcast and football season if I didn't wear the best corner in the NFL's jersey.
That is not Patrick Simpson. No,
Sauce.
that's not what that says.
Sauce.
All
Make sure you
right.
guys go get your sauce for Buffalo Wild Wings.
I haven't tried it yet.
It's very good.
We also have Dylan's, I don't know, arch nemesis, frenemy. I don't know.
Some asshole we do a pod with.
Anthony is in the building.
Season 3, baby. Season 3. Let's get it. Glad to be back for a third season. It's almost
You're the
NFL.
only one.
It's almost September, and you know what that means.
It is September.
Oh, yeah. It's almost football season, my bad. And you know what that means. It means another 6 months or 5.
The Raiders going
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl. The Raiders go to the Super Bowl until about November.
Till
You
about
know,
week 4.
you know what? I'm going to cut my intro short. Let's just get ready for week. I'll just put it like that. Let's get ready for week 1. I'm done with the off-season talk. I'm done with this guy right here
Yeah,
trashing my team. Well, that guy too.
Are we
Yes.
going to make a bet tonight or are you going to run?
Well, you kicked me off of last week's show.
No,
so.
I didn't kick you off. You left. I put you in the back room. I didn't.
I'm not
You
doing
ran.
that. I couldn't log back on.
You were getting real zesty. You needed to cool off.
I couldn't log back
Talking about making Blackheart a real happy man. That's crazy. I'm about to put you in timeout right now.
Also, this year, new season, new beginnings. We have a new member. You'll be joining us all the way from Florida. Dylan knows this man pretty well. I think he knows him. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I do.
The Sand Viper. Steven, welcome to the show, sir. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone out in the world. Football is back. Let's go.
It's a family affair here. We got 2 Blackmans, we got 2 Berettos. The other Blackman's not here, but hey, we make it work.
We make it work. Breezy obviously does not watch, as he says, the foosball. So he has the night off. Raz is
The Roz counter has officially started.
the Raz counter has started. I don't think he'll make it to this show, but we'll see. I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for the pigeon to fly over with his picks for the NFL season. We'll see.
He dropped him off.
Yeah, he dropped them off.
He dropped them off. Awesome.
He didn't give
So
us
we
much
will-
else but those, but he didn't give us the other things.
Awesome. Outstanding. So yeah, let's get right to it. This is our NFL prediction show. We're gonna get right to it because there's a lot to talk about. There's Dylan and Anthony's inevitable arguing about the Raiders and the Jets. We're not gonna start there because let's just ease into it. We will go NFC first. So
Thank God.
we are going to do predictions, all the divisions, and Super Bowl predictions, and the MVP. So we will start with the NFC East. I will let Dylan go first. What you got? I am getting our pad ready. I am ready, sir. You have the floor. I'll give you the ticker. You have the
Okay. So I went through and I picked all records as well. So first off, I have the Eagles winning the NFC East at a 13-4 record. I have the Cowboys finishing second place at 12-5. I have the Giants at 9-8, and I have the Commanders at 5-12.
Hold on. That was very fast. Before we do you want to recap last year's picks? Since I have it here before I delete this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last year you had Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce is a rookie of the year. Kenneth Walker to win. Oh, Dameon Pierce or Kenneth Walker to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. You did correctly pick Sauce to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm a smart man.
Yeah, you had Tyreek Hill to win Offensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons to win Defensive Player of the Year, either Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen to win the MVP, Dabo to
Dable.
whatever, to win Coach of the Year, and your your strong prediction was the Jets would make the playoffs.
Anthony, why are you laughing? Your team had the worst record in here. Anthony, how many games did your team win last year?
Anthony,
don't worry. Wait till we get to Anthony's.
That laugh was so not.
Oh shit!
Wait till we get to your shitty predictions that pop up in here, because you have a lot. Also, how many games did the Raiders win last year? Was it less than the Jets? Or more than the Jets?
We're not talking about that, Dylan.
Exactly.
Let Mike
suck.
Let Mike
go ahead.
Let Mike present.
Mike, go right to Anthony's predictions so we can laugh at his.
So we'll get to him next. But
keyword was strong prediction. That's the keyword is strong.
Eagles. Who's winning the North?
The North, I have a tie, but I have the Lions winning 10 with a 10-7 record, tied with the Bears, 10-7. And I have the Packers
will win the tiebreaker.
The Lions are going the North. I have the Bears going 10-7. I have the Packers going 8-9, and the Vikings going 6-11.
You just hate the Vikings.
The Vikings lost won a lot of one possession games. If you flip the coin, they have 4 wins, and they didn't get better. They lost to Darius Smith. They lost Dalvin Cook. They lost Adam Thielen. Like, when you take a lot of L's and you don't really add much, they added the rookie wide receiver, but like that's not Adam Thielen, right? And I'm sure he's going to do fine, but it's a different type of receiver than you're used to. I think you lose a little bit of that juice and you start to come back to earth a little bit in those one possession games. You actually lose.
Hey, that's how you feel.
I have a method to my madness.
Why do you have the Bears winning 10 games?
I think the Bears got a lot better. I really think they got a lot better on the defense side of the ball. Offense, adding DJ Moore to bring in with a Claypool who can be a really good weapon. Khalil Herbert, Cole Kmet, who Anthony just found out who was. And with that division like being what it is, and again, what we were talking about before, they play the South. The NFC North plays the NFC South and the AFC South. Those are games to be won. So, like, there's a chance.
Somebody's going to get in. That shouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the South, who do you have in the South?
I have the Saints. I have the Saints going 10-7.
You loving that 10-7 record?
Well, only the North had it. Besides, there's no other team on that. I think I only have one more 10-7 on here. But the Saints go 10-7 to win the division. Derek Carr shows the Raider fans why they shouldn't have replaced him. Then I have the Panthers going 7-10, the Falcons going 6-11, and the Bucks going 2-15.
God damn!
The Bucks are bad. The Bucks are bad.
The
The Bucks are bad, and they're gonna be selling.
The
Wait,
Buffalo
hold on,
Bills
we're going to pause.
in 2 weeks.
We got to pause for a second because I don't disagree that the Bucks are bad, but you can look at their 17-game schedule and only see 2 wins on that.
It was very hard because I'm also factoring in them trading all of their like players. I'm factoring them once they hit like 5-6 losses to get rid of Levante David, to get rid of Shaq Barrett, to get rid of what the fuck's the safety's name, to try to get rid of like Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean. See what you got as far as like the Mike Evans trade market is because you're not going to extend him. So they're going to be getting rid of a lot of their players. And especially because Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask suck, like you're not gonna win a lot of games. So you might as well just fold, get what you can, and try to build through this draft.
Kyle Trask is garbage.
So is Baker, but he beat you guys off of 2 days practice.
Dylan loves talking about the past.
Listen, it's all we got. Y'all haven't lost yet, or won, or played. So I can only go off of your last losses I've seen.
And who's winning the West?
I have San Francisco 12-5. The Seahawks 9-8, Rams 4-13, Cardinals 2-15.
The Rams 4-13. What?
Yes.
4-13.
Rams are also going to sell. If they start off slow and they have the injuries that they've had, they're going to sell.
Well,
outside of Aaron Donald, who's name a player on the defense.
Well, let's say let's
week 1, but who else?
But let's not factor in injuries for 1 second. All right. Let's
Go ahead.
Let's just go based off the team. Let's not try to factor in, this player goes down by week 7. Just a regular season for the Rams. They're 4-13.
Yes.
Who's on their defense besides Aaron Donald?
Besides Aaron Donald, name me 2 other players on their defense.
What's that dude's name? Yeah, I don't even know. But they still got an offense, though.
They have no offensive line. Their running back's a fumbler, and Cooper Kupp is their offense. Remember
Okay,
how offense looked without Cooper Kupp?
That was enough to take him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Cooper Kupp is not healthy.
They had way better defense than.
They had a much better defense. Hey, remember they had Jalen Ramsey, they had Aaron Donald, they had Leonard on the outside, they had Eric Weddle at safety, they had decent linebackers, they had.
I agree. Their defense got worse, but
their defense right now is like a bottom 20 defense.
But did their offense take such a huge step back?
Is Cooper Kupp playing football?
Linemen too.
Well, how long is he going to be gone?
Hamstring injuries are a tough thing to gauge. So, like, he could be gone 1 week, he could be gone 4 weeks. You don't know.
Yeah, he's probably going to be out for like 4.
He's going to be back for a while. Weeks. And they also don't have an offensive line. Their offensive line all left after that Super Bowl. Andrew Whitworth retired, and all those other guys got paid.
Remember, they sold their whole future for.
They sold their soul for the Super Bowl.
No, that's true. I see what you're saying.
They sold their soul for the Super Bowl, so
then the Cardinals, no love for Josh Dobbs.
Huh?
No love for Josh Dobbs, man. Cardinals, man. 2 wins.
No, they suck.
Could have given 3.
No, I could have.
They stink.
I didn't. They stink. They're bad. They're gonna be the reason Caleb Williams goes back to college. They're a bad football team, all up and down. They have no their wide receiver core is not good. James Conner's solid, but
the defense is not bad.
Their defense is bad.
They got some people on defense.
They have 2 guys. They have 2 guys on defense. They have Byron Murphy and Budda Baker. Everybody else sucks.
Tired.
Everybody else is bad. It's a bad team.
Simmons.
They also didn't know how to use Isaiah Simmons, so that's their own fault. But that, if you take a look at that team, Anthony, that team is not good. Sucks, but somebody's got to be the worst team. Somebody's got to do it.
AFC. Who is winning the AFC East?
I got the Bills at 13-4. And then I have the Jets at 12-5, the Dolphins at 9-8, and the Patriots at 6-11. Anthony, you won't make my bet.
I legit had a call.
Yeah,
I'm dead ass. I legit
You
had
won't
a
take
call.
my bet though. So until you take a bet, I don't want to hear nothing.
I legit had to call. But
The
no,
Bills
my
is-
my
the Bills
AFC
team is weird for me. I'm still gonna have them winning the division because they're still the Bills, but losing what they lost in the offseason and going in, like they still are going to win. The questions for the Bills are the same questions for the Jets: is what's the offensive line going to look like? What's the offense going to look like outside of Garrett Wilson? What's the offense going to look like for the Bills outside of Stephon Diggs, because they don't really have like the distribution that all these other teams have. Mike, I don't know why you're looking at me like that when it's not.
What?
Because they have Gabe
Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox,
Go
and the new
look at
tight- and
Gabe
the-
Davis's
and the
numbers
new
and tell me.
and what do you, and the
Go
new
look at
tight
Gabe
end that they've
Davis's
been
numbers.
raving about.
Again, go
They-
look at Gabe
Like,
Davis's
bro, what are you
numbers.
talking about?
Look at Gabe Davis's numbers and then go look at Stephon Diggs' numbers.
Gabe Davis is a number 2.
Gabe Davis didn't put up numbers last year. That's the thing. He put up bad number 2 offensive numbers. He didn't finish with. He finished with less than 950 yards and 5 touchdowns.
how much is required of him when you have Stephon Diggs?
When you're a number 2 receiver
He was
and
hurt
you
last
have a
year,
high
Steve,
profile
you're right.
number 1, you need to
Gabe
have
Davis-
1,000 yards.
Gabe, no, that's not
Yes,
true, man.
every team that has a 1-2 punch needs to have 2,000-yard receivers. Go
So
look
how
at
many?
Philadelphia.
How many?
Go look
Stop.
at-
Wait.
Go look at Kansas City.
So that means he had a bad year because he had less than 1,000.
He had a bad year because he had less than 900.
How many did he have less than?
He had about 850.
He was
That's-
hurt last year, though.
Yeah,
He was also
He-
hurt last year, though.
he was hurt last year too.
Playing hurt last year.
Don't care. Don't play.
Oh, what?
If you're hurt, don't play.
No,
If
no
you're
need
hurt,
to
don't
argue.
play.
No need
I
to
don't wanna
argue
hear
when
that.
somebody can just say don't care. There's no need to argue then.
But Mike, you know that's been my
Don't
stance.
care.
You know that's been my stance. If you're hurt, don't play. Other than that, you have no excuses.
You're hurt.
Guys play
Don't
hurt
play.
every day, B. Guys play hurt every day, B, and they still put up numbers. That's the whole thing. The thing is, Josh Allen is fixated on Diggs. I'm interested to see how Kincaid gets worked into the offense, because I don't know how early they're going to institute a 2 tight end set, or if they're going to put Dawson Knox and Kincaid in the slot and then at the tight end. I don't know what they're going to do. That's where the questions come from, right? They added pieces on offense. I'm interested to see how it works, especially since they also don't run the football. I'm interested to see if they run the football this year. Who knows? Make the game a little bit easier so your best running back isn't your quarterback.
Yeah, they'll run the football.
Because
Josh
Allen is a stupid person. He makes silly mistakes when it comes to handling the football.
He's a
Does he
phenomenal
not?
player who makes stupid
Phenomenal
mistakes.
player.
I do agree with that. I do.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player who makes dumb decisions when he's running the football.
Sometimes at really bad times.
Exactly. So it's like, maybe if you use guys like James Cook, like, you can further your offense and open up the game. They're trying to work the offense the way Kansas City does, which is backwards. You run to set up the pass, not pass to set up the run.
Well, okay. For the North, I mean, I don't know what we're asking for. I'll write it in right now.
The Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bengals are going 13-4, followed by the Ravens going 11-6, the Browns going 10-7, and the Steelers going 9-8.
South. Don't know why I'm asking this either.
The South, I got the Jaguars going 10-7.
This is that 10-7.
And then the Titans going 9-8. The Colts going 6-11. The Texans going 5-12.
Out west.
I don't know why you're asking. You already know. I got the Chiefs at 13-4. I got the Chargers at 10-7. I got the Broncos at 7-10. I got the Raiders at 6-11.
All right. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's do it that way first. Super Bowl pick. You don't have to pick the team if you don't want to, but I need the game.
Jets, Cowboys.
All right, worst thing.
The fuck?
I'm trying to get a Barretto Bowl in my lifetime, where me and Steven get to see our teams in the Super Bowl against each other, winner take all, fight to the death.
Stay away from drugs, kids.
Fight to the death.
MVP.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, wow.
Them green colored glasses again.
The only reason I'm doing it is because I got pissed off Aaron Rodgers. Last time he was this mad, he was an MVP.
This man
So-
hates Aaron Rodgers.
I hate
Yeah,
Aaron
He's
Rodgers.
a
but-
fraud, dude. He's a fraud.
He hates Aaron Rodgers. I can't wait to see the flip flop. He's gonna flip flop Rodgers' cock in his mouth.
It's already started. He's picking him to win MVP.
I picked him to win
It's
MVP.
Already started.
Picked him win MVP.
And your hot take for the season, because last year, Jets make the playoffs.
Well, that hot take was taken also like after our 5-game win streak. Brock Purdy gets benched by week 5.
Not because of injury, because of play.
Not because of injury. He gets benched.
Okay.
Sam Darnold will be the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. Unlike you, Anthony, I understand that Brock Purdy sucks.
You have a team hot take?
A team hot take. I don't know, because I just gave all my records. So it's like, I don't really know if it's a hot...
But you didn't give the playoff teams, all of them.
Well, if by the record, so the AFC North is going to be putting in 3 teams into the playoffs.
That's not really a hot take.
That's not really a hot take.
That's not
though.
really a hot take, but it's like I don't really have a.
What about a
hot
coaching
take.
change or something?
Coaching. Arthur Smith's going to get fired.
We'll go with AFC North. We'll have 3 teams.
Yeah, I don't really have a hot take for the teams. I wish you're going to ask hot take for the teams before I gave the record, but it really is not. I don't really have any hot takes. I think all my records are like in the ballpark of what they're going to be, all within like 2 games of each other.
All right, we're ready. We're ready. We're gonna go, Anthony. We're gonna go.
Steven, listen to this shit.
So last year, Anthony said Kenneth Walker would win the offensive rookie of the year.
Look at him. He hit his face.
He actually also picked Sauce to win defensive rookie of the year.
Even though
sounds
he
right.
hated it. He hated that he picked Sauce.
But I was right.
He picked Stephon Diggs to win offensive player of the year, and that was looking good for about 7-8
It was. It really
And then
was.
he ran into Sauce Gardner, and then it ended.
Micah Parsons to win defensive player of the year. Not a bad take, because I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna pick him to win it again this year because he's fucking Micah Parsons. So Josh Allen to win MVP. Coach of the year was going to be Mike Vrabel. I wish you were right about that.
It was looking good until after
No,
the
it
Green
wasn't.
Bay game.
Then at one
Whoa,
point,
whoa,
last year
whoa,
was
whoa.
the time
Wait,
when
hold
he
up,
played.
hold up. You remember when they beat the Packers? They were like almost like top of the league. They're like top 3 team when they beat the Packers. Then they absolutely just collapsed. You forgot that the Titans were actually one of the best teams like halfway through the season.
This is true. That
That was true, Dylan. Like, what are we doing here?
There was a point last year where we were the 2 seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
There was a point.
And it was looking pretty good for Mike Vrabel for Coach of the Year.
The problem is, it's very difficult to give that award to somebody who, one, is in a bad division, but when there's other coaches who are new in their job who are also doing well. That's why it's kind of hard for that to be a pick. Like once
Understand.
Daboll went into New York, that's what I was like, all right. And they went in and they won like the first like 4 weeks. It's like, shit, all right.
And Anthony picked Anthony doesn't have a hot take here. He just has the Eagles.
Don't worry,
were gonna-
I'll tell you what they
Eagles
were.
gonna win the Super Bowl.
I'll
He
tell you
picked
where the
Eagles.
Chiefs were going to win 8 games.
I remember that.
That's what he said. He said the Chiefs were going to win 8 games last year.
So people are making hot takes for me. Jeez.
No, this
I
is
didn't
what
know-
you said.
No, you-
These are
yeah,
what
but
you
that,
said.
but
But is
did
that not a hot
Dylan,
take?
did I say that on the pod though? Answer
Yes,
the question.
you
No,
did.
answer the. Did I?
You
No.
did.
When I was asked what my hot take was, did I specifically say that? Dylan? Answer the question.
I don't believe that was asked last year.
I didn't give an answer though. Doesn't matter
Well,
if it was
regardless
asked
if
or
you
not.
gave one
I didn't
answer,
have a hot
what you
take.
said
last
is
year.
a hot take.
Oh, so now you speak for me now, Dylan.
It is a hot take. You
Oh,
said a thing,
okay.
and it was in fact a take.
Okay,
And it was
okay,
hot.
guys.
He
Dylan
also said
speaks
the
for me.
Raiders were going to win 10 games.
Dylan speaks for me. I also said you guys are going to get swept by the Patriots last year.
Cool.
That also
You
happened.
also said you guys were going to win 10 games and go to the playoffs, and those things didn't happen. You won less games than us.
But
so.
I'm not the one who gave a hot take last year. It was you, and you were off.
Anthony, you don't have
Badly.
to actively say, hey,
Badly.
this is a hot take.
Badly.
You don't have to say, hey, this is a bad
Badly.
take. You say things, and they're bad.
You were off badly. The
You
Jets
said
did
the
not
Chiefs
make the
had
postseason.
8 wins.
The Jets did not make the
How are you
postseason last year.
the team that won the Super Bowl?
The Jets
The
did
team
not
that
make
won
the
the Super
postseason
Bowl
last
was
year.
going to win 8 games.
I believe it's my time to talk, Dylan. All right, this is my time,
My
part
turn
of the show.
time? My turn
Yeah.
time to talk?
This is my part of the show right now.
Mike, let him go. Do your thing.
Go ahead.
Dude.
Hey, we're going NFC first. NFC East.
I also have the Eagles winning that division. They will be.
You
I
don't
have
have to
them
do the records. I went above and beyond.
Okay, all right. I'll just do. That's a lot of noise. I'll just do standings. I have the Eagles winning that division. After the Eagles, I have the Commanders, then the Cowboys, and
What?
then I have the Giants.
What?
That's a hot take.
We'll circle back. We will circle back.
What?
The Washington Communists?
How do you say that, hey, the Commanders are going to be second place in the division and not say it's a hot take?
I don't think that's a hot take.
That's scorching.
That's
I don't think that's a hot
put it
take.
in. Put it
First one of the year. First one of the year.
Put it on.
First one.
Mike, let's do what Ernie does whenever they say stupid shit. Put it on a sticky note and put it on your wall so we can refer back to it later.
Guarantee.
We are 27 minutes into the season, and me and Dylan are already like this.
So high of fucking.
You know what? I'm glad we do this the first episode, so we can go back to this part of the show, and you guys can realize that I was right.
We could go back to this part of the show last year. We'll have you saying the Raiders have 10 wins and the Chiefs are 8 wins.
Well, I don't. You see, you know,
Back to this show.
I don't think about the past all day like you do.
Or you're going to say, did I say it on the podcast? You have me say it on there?
But
Say it. The 26 mark.
We can go back and we can
The Kansas City Chiefs are winning it all, baby.
after saying they were going to win.
I was right, but I was right though. I was right. Wait, but my Super Bowl prediction was right. You asked.
Yeah, but you
who's
picked
going to win the Super Bowl.
You picked it when it was Chiefs Eagles.
Okay, I had a 50% chance of being. I had a 50% chance of being wrong. But see, the thing is, when you ask me the question, who's going to win the Super Bowl, I got it right. Why are we deflecting here? Why did we do this?
That boy Jimmy Butler and Miami Heat gonna take the NBA Finals in 7 games in Denver, Colorado, at the Ball Arena.
This is a classic example of deflection. You see, you couldn't get me on the NFL, so you had to go to NBA. That is deflection 101. That is deflection 101. You knew I was right about the NFL, so you deflected to the NBA.
You understand now.
That is the worst example of deflection I have seen.
Oh man.
So Anthony's a commie. He's a commie fan.
But yes, the Commander. The Commanders will be in second place.
You must think Sam Howell is fucking unbelievable.
Sam Howell is actually a lot better than you think. All right.
I like Sam Howell, but
even over the Giants?
Huh? I don't think the Giants are that good. I'm not sold on the Giants.
Not like the Giants.
I'm not sold on the Giants.
I understand not being sold on the Giants, but I don't understand being sold so high on the Commanders.
Well, I didn't say second. I didn't.
Second is high. That's crazy.
Well, you don't know what their record's gonna be. I didn't say records.
If think about this, the Cowboys have an awesome roster. The Cowboys are going to be a double-digit win team, right? You have the Commanders being also a double-digit win team.
Well, you just said they're going. In your opinion, they're going to be a double-digit win team.
No,
I
it's
didn't
not
give
even my
records.
opinion. It's literally they are going to be a double-digit.
Yes, Dylan, because you read some numbers offline and projections that said the Commanders are going to win 10 games. I mean, the Cowboys are going to win 10 games plus this year.
So when you make a record prediction, what goes into it?
Research.
I'm asking you, what goes into picking a record prediction, or is it you just saying numbers?
No, it's not. You just say numbers.
Then what do you look at?
I look at the team, and then I also make some projections as to how they may do this
so
year.
you also make projections.
Yeah,
what are those projections based off of?
What I think.
And
it's
how
not
do you
just
get there.
It's not. Oh, I know what you're trying to do. It's not.
How do you know? How do you know if CeeDee Lamb is going to be good?
It's based off the past.
Okay.
But I don't think that.
So stop shitting on me for
no, but
making
no,
projections based
but
off the
I
past
don't.
and what they've done.
No, but the thing is, if I'm going off the past. Oh wait. If I'm going off the past, then Dak Prescott should have another. Then Dak Prescott should be good. But I don't think he's going to do good this year. I don't.
Dak's got a different offensive coordinator. I think Mike McCarthy's going to end up getting fired too. But it's that offense is set up for Dak to be okay. And last year, Dak was okay, and he had a fantastic year regardless. Like, it wasn't the best football Dak
fantastic year. The dude threw picks left and right.
Now go look at his yards, touchdowns, completion percentage, and QBR, and tell me otherwise.
Yeah, but he's a known stat pattern, Dylan. Come on now.
They won games. You want to talk about stat patter? Your guy in Cleveland, massive stat patter.
Every time he plays, they have the number one offense.
Like, what are we doing here?
And what have they done in the postseason?
They won. What are you talking about?
Won what?
Did they not advance to the postseason?
What did they do in the postseason?
Did they not win a playoff game last year?
What's that? What
did
is
they
that?
win a playoff game?
What's Dak's playoff record? It's 2-4.
You mean what's the Cowboys' playoff record?
Oh, listen, I'm not getting into this player team. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go back. All right.
Please just get this back on.
Back
on the track. NFC North.
NFC North. Lions. I have them winning that division. Got to give it to Detroit. Then I have the Vikings, 2 seed. I have the Bears, 3 seed, and I have the Packers finishing last.
Okay. NFC South.
I don't want to say this, but I do have the Saints finishing first. As much as it hurts me to say this, I do think Derek Carr will have whatever you say. I do think Derek Carr will have a really good year.
They're not the best team in the South?
I said whatever you said. I didn't say you're wrong. Like I said, I don't want to admit that they're going to be the best team in the South. You know, because again, I have conflicted feelings towards Derek Carr right now. So well, I do. Okay, I do. All right. But anyways, they will be number 1 seed in the NFC South. I think following them, it will be the Falcons at number 2. The Panthers will be 3, and then the Bucs will be dead last.
And the NFC.
San Fran, Seattle, Rams, and then Seahawks. I mean, I said Seattle. No, Cardinals.
Okay. AFC. We've gone through this in the chat multiple times, but AFC.
Steven, listen to this bullshit.
Oh God! All right. Yes, Bills will win that division. Have them at the 1 spot. I have the Patriots at number 2. I have the Jets at number 3, and I have the Dolphins finishing dead last.
Yep. That is all. Yep. That's what he's got.
That's another hot take.
Yeah, I'm keeping track.
He has this like love for the Patriots that I don't understand. And he has
you had
yet
this.
to give me.
You had this.
Pace.
You had the hate for this Patriots. I don't understand.
But he hasn't given me a reason why he thinks the Patriots are going to be good. He keeps saying Bill O'Brien is awesome, and I keep asking him, what has Bill O'Brien done outside of Tom Brady, and I've never gotten an answer.
I've given you plenty of reasons.
You literally told me yesterday, I don't care about this anymore.
Why do you think I don't care about anything?
Because you've never answered me.
What are you talking about?
Bill O'Brien
I'm talking about
is the
besides
only
Bill.
offensive coordinator in Alabama the last 5 years who hasn't won a national title.
I'm talking about besides Bill O'Brien. We talked about this so many damn times. I'm like, yo, I'm just tired.
asking you why you think the Patriots will be better, and you've never answered me.
Anyways, next
Juju
division.
isn't great. He's like a solid wide receiver. They have no other wide receiver weapons. Like, Mac Jones sucks. They have good running backs.
Mac Jones got that dog in him.
No, he doesn't.
I got insider information. He got that dog in him. Even I got insider information. He got that dog.
The dog is taken out for a walk?
Got that dog.
Yeah, it's a Chihuahua. Ain't nobody scared of that man.
Got that
His
dog
name is
in him.
McCorkle. I don't care. Nobody named McCorkle has.
But to be fair, Joe, I think you've hated Mac Jones since like day one.
I've hated Mac Jones. I didn't think Mac Jones was great at Alabama. I thought Mac Jones was a product of everything Alabama had, which was NFL talent top to bottom.
Dylan hates all Alabama.
No, I don't hate
Mac
Tua.
Jones,
I do
you
not hate
hate
Tua.
You do.
No, I don't. I don't hate Tua. I don't think Tua's great, but I don't hate him.
You hate Hurts.
I think Tua's easily the best Alabama quarterback they've had in the last few years.
CJ. Got Bryce this season.
Bryce, it'll be Tua, Bryce.
Let's not act like Tua wasn't the number one quarterback going into that draft. It was tanking for Tua. That was the slogan.
Yeah. Tua is easily that best Alabama quarterback they've had, then like Bryce Young. But then Joe Burrow came and fucked everything up. Having the greatest year ever.
Speaking of Joe Burrow, Anthony, AFC North.
All right. I have the Browns taking the AFC North. I have that followed by the Ravens, then the Bengals, and then I have the Steelers in last place.
He says Dak is a stat patter. Deshaun Watson had 4 wins in the Texans that had over 4,500 yards.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Stat patter. I know you're not. You have Deshaun Watson on your fantasy teams.
Not mad at it. AFC South.
By a smidgen, I have the Titans winning the division, and followed closely by the Jaguars. Jeez, you can flip-flop the Texans and Colts for me. I'll say Texans and then Colts.
AFC West.
Chiefs.
Say it.
Yes, Chiefs, yes. Chiefs, yes. Yes, I'm going to say the Chiefs, yes. I'm going to say the Chiefs. All right.
Doesn't want to get burned twice.
I can admit a few mistakes I've made in my life. Yes, that will be one of them. Yes, the Chiefs will win the AFC West, followed closely by the Vegas Raiders, then the Chargers, and then Denver will be lowly last.
Well, we know you hate Denver. Let's ride.
Well, we've swept them like the past 3 years. I don't see any different this year.
Who do you have in the Super Bowl? This should be fun.
You know he's not going to pick the Raiders until like if
I
they
make
the playoffs, then he's going to pick them.
No. If I could pick who I would like, my fantasy, like as far as like who I would want. Of course, I want to pick the Raiders, but if I want to be realistic here too. I don't think we're going to make the Super Bowl this year, so I'm not going to be all the way.
No shit. Hot take, Mike. Hot take. Raiders aren't making the Super Bowl.
So who is it?
It is going to be. It's going to be the Niners in the NFC, from the NFC side, and I think from the AFC. I gotta go with the Bills. Niners, Bills. Niners, Bills.
The chalk pick.
It is, but it's not a bad pick.
Chalk.
And who's winning the MVP? You can say your daddy again. You can say him.
No, I'm not gonna say him. All right. I'm putting a lot of faith in this guy right now, but fuck it. I'm gonna say Deshaun Watson.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I really think he's gonna be back this year.
Not mad at it because he has a storyline. So if the Browns,
Yes.
if the Browns do what Anthony says they're going to do and win the division, Deshaun absolutely will. Be there.
Absolutely
be there. So
and he's definitely going to be comeback player.
It depends on how they do it.
Yeah, it depends. But
Depends on how they do it. Because the problem is, if he goes in and they're winning all these games and he throws for 3,500 yards, he's not going to be in the MVP conversation because those guys are going to have 4,000 yards plus.
If he throws for 4,500 yards.
Huh?
If he throws for 45.
If he throws for 4,500, he absolutely has to be in the conversation. But if he doesn't crack 3,500 or he doesn't crack 4,000, you got to leave him out.
yeah, he's got to get like up there in touchdown too, like 35 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't need to ask you for a hot take, Anthony. You gave me plenty.
I did have one more, but yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, give it.
Cowboys miss playoffs. Commanders
go to the NFC Championship game.
No, that's delusion.
Are the Commanders making the playoffs, Anthony? Is that what you're saying? You have them finishing second. Are they going to make the playoffs?
The reason now you put yourself in a corner because the NFC sucks. Like outside of the division winners, everybody in the NFC is terrible. So now you have to figure out, oh shit, am I putting the Commanders into the playoffs?
Well, I got to think about the other teams in the division too. So I got to think about the other divisions as well.
You have Lions, Saints, and Niners as your division winners. You already told us you think the
Vikings will be a wild card team.
Okay.
Two more wild card slots.
The Seahawks will be a wild card team.
He's putting the Commanders in.
Yeah, I'm putting the Commanders in.
He's putting the Commanders in.
I'm going to put the Commanders in. Yeah. And I think the Patriots are going to demolish the Eagles week 1. That's my hot take.
And Patriots make playoffs, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You heard he said the Patriots demolish Eagles week 1.
Yeah, they're going to
fading that bet. Fading that bet. I'm going to go and put fucking $200 money line on Philly right now. Fading that bet. And I'll take the point spread, whatever the point spread is. Yeah.
No, but I think the most surefire thing is the Patriots make the postseason. To me personally.
He's a Patriot bootlicker. He's still scared that 12 is going to pop in there and play quarterback. I don't understand it.
Are you in the closet with Belichick?
What?
Are you in the closet with Belichick?
In the closet with Belichick, are you?
No, I just think the Patriots are a good team, and I don't really understand where a lot of Dylan
I've literally explained it to you up and down, turn around, sideways.
Yeah, but a lot of it is kind of like opinion, like, oh, McCorkle sucks. I'm like, okay, like
it's not their opinions based off of stats and facts. Like,
okay,
if the facts and stats say that he sucks, then he sucks.
But the facts also say they have the worst offensive coordinators in recent memory.
Matt Patricia should last year that didn't matter.
When did I say that?
Before the season started. It's in the chat. I will go get it. I said they're replacing 3 starters on the offensive line, and that they have 2 guys who have never called offense before being their coordinators.
I said that in the offseason last year.
You said that before the season started. None of that matters.
Okay, and it clearly mattered when the season starts.
So maybe you should start listening to me.
No.
Maybe you should start listening to me when it
comes. Well, wait, but it clearly doesn't matter to you because you don't acknowledge it. I bring it up 100 times. You never acknowledge it.
Acknowledge what?
Acknowledge the fact that Mac Jones' season was fucking derailed by a horrendous fucking coordinator.
Mac Jones sucked before too. So like, what are we doing here? Like, what's this circle we keep going in? Why are we acting like Mac Jones is good? He's not. Steven, you're echoing. So like, I don't understand where we're getting this from. Like this whole McCorkle's good. He's not. All things say he's not. And again, unless Bill O'Brien has 12, he's never accomplished anything. So like, what are we gonna do with this? He's gonna hand the ball off a ton. He's gonna get a good amount of play action yards. They don't have receivers who create separation. Like they let that guy go to you, and he sucks anyways. Like I don't know what the game plan here is. Like they're gonna run the football a lot, and they're gonna play good defense. Winning and losing isn't a quarterback stat. If he just game manages his way to, hey, we're gonna score 13 points, and our defense is gonna hold teams to 7. He's not doing anything. That's literally what Trent Dilfer did.
So game management is not doing anything?
Game management makes you good?
Game management is still a skill to game manage. It still takes.
So, but if you're a game manager, where can you be ranked in the quarterbacks? Because it can't be top half.
Well, I don't think Mac Jones is going to be a game manager this year, but let's assume he is.
But that's what he is. Mac is a game manager.
Be a top half, not top 10. I think
can you be a top?
No. You could be in the middle. You could be in the middle.
There is a skill to not making mistakes, Dylan.
I mean, there is a skill to not doing.
I'm like, not saying you're great. Obviously, they're not going to be top 5 or nothing.
Because it's kind of like with Aaron Rodgers, like his interception ratio is like really low. Like
Aaron Rodgers is not a game manager.
No, but what I'm saying is there's a skill to throwing interceptions.
Not throwing interceptions and not making mistakes and game managing are 2 different things. Because Aaron Rodgers, for however long, I've hated the guy for fucking ever, but the one thing you're going to say is he's going to win you games. And he always has won you games.
Of course.
Him turning into the guy who's, I'm not throwing interceptions because it put us in a bad situation is a lot different than a guy who's like, okay, I have to check down, my read's not there, I'm just going to throw to the running back. Okay, my thing's not there, I'm going to just throw here, or I'm just going to throw it away. It's much different. You're playing not to turn over the ball instead of playing to.
But that still helps. But that still helps the team, though. It still helps the team win. Not turning over the ball still helps the team win.
It's not just not turning over the ball. It's not being able to move the offense. Like the perfect example I will bring up is going to be the second Jets-Patriots game where we lost to the punt. The punt return at the end of the game, right? We lost 10-7, right? 10-7. Mac Jones didn't do a damn thing in the second half. He was horrible because all he was doing was, shit, he's not open. I'm going to check down to the flat here. We can't get a yard. Okay, cool. We're going to punt. We're going to punt. We're going to punt. We're going to punt. He didn't do anything there. Like, the only reason Mac Jones's performance gets overlooked is because how bad Zach Wilson was that game. That's the only reason it gets overlooked. But like Mac is a guy who's like, okay, if I'm not going to try to advance the ball, I'm not going to audible and put the tight end and the receivers to change their routes to get there. I'm not going to adjust to coverages or blocking patterns by the linemen. I'm just going to, whatever they're calling, I'm doing it. Same thing with Brock Purdy. That's all Brock Purdy does. Once you take away that first read from Brock Purdy, he's not great. You put Brock Purdy against actual like good defenses, you're going to see it. Instead, all we saw was Brock Purdy versus like bottom half of the NFL defenses.
Well, excuse me. Well,
so my hate's not like this thin air hate. It's I look into this stuff. I go by what I watch. I see the numbers. It's hard for me to pick the Patriots to win more than 6 games.
Especially when their owner and their coach hate the quarterback.
Let's get get Roz out the way, and then I'll replace. Well, not replace, but I'll put Steven here after. Roz also had Pierce as Offensive Rookie of the Year. He went with Tyreek as Defensive Rookie of the Year. Tyreek Hill, Offensive Player. Michael Parsons, Patrick Mahomes, and he got his bromance with Dalvin. He picked him as Coach of the Year, and Roz picked the Eagles to win the chip. Because Roz never does hot takes, we don't have anything for him.
No, I'm surprised. It's like, oh yeah, he picked Dameon Pierce, maybe.
So we don't have anything for him on that. In typical Roz fashion, he didn't give us a Super Bowl pick, but are you looking at his predictions right now?
No.
Can you look at them and just read them to me so I can't type them in?
Yes, I can.
He's
got the Eagles in the NFC East. He's got the Lions in the NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the Saints in the NFC South. And he's got the Niners in the West.
Okay.
I think this is us all last year. Me and you picked the Saints to win the division. We were like, maybe if Jameis is good.
I was like, if Jameis give me something.
Like it's that Saints team's so weird because if Jameis is good, they could win the division.
I still want to know, how bad was his back? Because he was dressing up. I'm like, why is he not playing?
I honestly think he broke his back.
I think sucks.
I know.
Yeah, I think there was more to what the thing.
He broke his back.
He sucks regardless.
Yeah,
he was playing well before that.
No, he wasn't.
Yes,
he wasn't. Mike, look at the numbers. He threw more than the touchdowns in the 3 games he played.
He was playing well.
They were 1 and 2, and he had like 8 interceptions and 5 touchdowns.
They were going to win that division.
If he was good, but he wasn't playing good. I'm literally telling you how he played. He threw 6 interceptions in 2 weeks.
He was playing hurt, Dylan. He was playing hurt.
Why is
you know what I have to say about that?
Getting it been out there.
If hurt is going to be your excuse, don't play.
No, Dennis Allen definitely got that memo.
Yeah, he was hurt. Don't play. Oh, my back hurts. I'm going to throw 6 interceptions. No, that's not how that works. They used it as an excuse after he threw the 6 interceptions. I broke my back, spinal. AFC East, he's got the Bills. AFC North, he has the Bengals. AFC South, he has the Jags. And the AFC West, he has El Chiefs. El Chifo.
And we don't have an MVP or Super Bowl pick. So I guess we'll get that next week.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You know he doesn't want to be held accountable for nothing.
For anything. All right, Steven. You are up, sir.
All right.
Welcome to the show. What do we have? NFC East.
The NFC East, I'm keeping up with NFC East tradition. We haven't had a repeat winner since 2004. Therefore, the Dallas Cowboys will be winning the NFC East. And the Philadelphia Eagles will be finishing in second. I'll have the Eagles and the Cowboys both making the playoffs.
You like that stat, Anthony? The same team hasn't won back-to-back since 2004.
Who do you have for the North?
The North, here we go. Get ready. I don't trust any of these teams in the NFC North. I have the Green Bay Packers winning the division, the NFC North. Somebody's going to win that division. They play the AFC South and the NFC South. But I also
Green Bay Packers.
The Detroit Lions making the playoffs and the Minnesota Vikings making the playoffs. And the Bears last place in that division.
Packers still have talent on that team.
Why do you feel like the Packers will win that division? Just curious.
Because I don't fully trust the Lions yet. The Lions still have to prove it. And they're fun to watch, but they have to do it. Until they prove me wrong, until they actually do it, I'm scared to take the Lions.
Lions defense also sucks.
And the Packers, they got nothing to lose. No one's going to be picking them. They got house money on them. They got young, talented receivers. Jordan Love, we get to find out what he's made of. They got running backs. They got
the Lions and the Packers separated by 2 wins, so it's like
I don't know. It's not that much of a difference, but they can fish off wins because of the divisions they play.
But Dylan, don't you have the Packers last? Or?
No, I have the Packers third.
Oh, you have the Packers third. Oh, you have the Vikings last.
I have the Vikings last. The Packers. The division's weird. It's like I don't know how to do it, but it's like I couldn't not put the Packers there because the Packers' talent's still like good.
Yeah,
like the Packers can still have a really good defense and win on that front. And then you still have Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. Like that's going to help Jordan Love. And
yeah, but are you sold on Jordan Love though?
We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out if it's the greatness through osmosis that seems to kind of happen sometimes, then like Green Bay is going to be fine.
And Rodgers didn't have Rodgers mentored him. We'll see what he learned from Aaron Rodgers. He never had a problem with Rodgers. Rodgers never had a problem with him.
We just didn't get a chance to see it like we're seeing it now with Hard Knocks. So if he's decent, the Packers are going to win a good amount of games.
Because they play the 2 worst divisions in football. So you're going to get wins. Some team is going to end up.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing for the other teams in the division.
You can, but then you battle it out with each other at that point.
Because I mean, you guys talking about the Vikings. I mean, my goodness, look at the Vikings' offensive unit, dog.
They have one guy returning.
Wait, hold on. First off, what's that guy's name? Addison. He's not a bad running back.
He's not a good running back.
But he's not bad. He's not a bad running back.
He lost Dalvin Cook.
Hold on. But they still have Osborne. They still have obviously arguably the best receiver in the game. They have one of the best tight ends in the game. They have a very promising receiver on the other side of the field. How do they go? No, the defense didn't get better. But how do they? Yeah, they got worse, but their offense is still really good. Like really, really good.
The ball, Anthony.
No, I understand that, but 6 wins.
Yeah,
I have Minnesota making the playoffs.
Minnesota. With me, you could score 30 a game and be fine. The problem is the other team's going to score 37.
That's a rendition of that happened last year with the Vikings, but
they got lucky. That's the thing.
So they got lucky like 12 times. 11, 12 times.
Single possession games, Anthony.
But when does it become a narrative of, hey, maybe the Vikings were just really clutch last year in close games?
Then I go watch the Giants playoff game. It's like, oh shit, their defense actually does suck.
You gotta remember this one thing: they gave up more points than they scored, and they were 13. What was the record? They had 13 wins.
13-4. Yeah. 13-4. Yeah.
They have 13 wins. They gave up more points than they scored, and every good team they played beat the shit out of them.
Well, that's because the 4 losses they had were brutal. Like they got blown the doors off.
They played good football teams and got destroyed.
Except Buffalo.
Buffalo, that game is still one of the craziest games I think I've ever watched.
To go against Minnesota even for that game, yes, it was a wild ass game. Like Justin Jefferson made one of the most insane catches. I'm mad to this day. I never got to see.
I watched that game. That shit was crazy. And then Kirk Cousins fumbles in the end zone.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you serious?"
That's why it's like, what is this? What is this team? Like that defense is just so bad. It's hard to pick them to win some of these games. They got, again, 1 possession games. Those are coin flip games. Those are all coin flip games.
Yeah, but if you won like 10, 11 of those, when does it become this team is really clutch?
Who are they playing?
You always got to go by that.
The who are they playing is like, you guys devalue that so much, but like that matters so much. Like when we went into Jets Vikings last year, and I said I picked the Jets because the Vikings are the like 29th ranked defense in football, like 25 against the run, 30 against the pass. I looked at it, I was like, that doesn't matter. It does matter. We almost won that game with Mike fucking White. Like, he lit that defense up.
I'm old enough to remember when Jet fans thought Mike White was going to be the new quarterback.
I said, if Mike White makes it to the playoffs, you have to bring him back next year to try to win the job. And he would have deserved that right. Right? Would he have not have?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, you deserve that right. You brought us there. We'll repay you. We'll give you a short contract. Go win the job.
But I mean, Jet fans were
actual Jet fans were sitting there like Mike fucking White is the quarterback, and that's crazy.
Everywhere.
That's crazy. That was absolutely ridiculous that happened. Jet fans are crazy, but like the Vikings are like this weird anomaly where it's like they were again like a couple coin flips away from having 4 wins.
Yeah, so I have 3 NFC North teams in the playoffs. Right.
Yeah.
The Vikings going to steal the last playoff spot, the number 7 wild card spot.
Steve, who do you have in the South?
Okay, now I'm going to defer for everybody in the South because I think the Saints, Dennis Allen is a lame duck coach. And you also see who's been running around Saints organization, who's been with Derek Carr, John Gruden. So I'm going to pick the Carolina Panthers to win this division.
With a winning record or a losing record?
Losing record. It's going to
yeah.
8 or 9 games win this division. I have the Panthers with 8 and 9 winning the division. The Saints in second place in the division. Atlanta third, and the Bucks with a top 3 pick in the draft.
I love that the losing record. That's why I had to ask it, because when I was looking through the record predictions, I was like, man, this whole division could just lose. This whole division could just lose. But I don't want to put the division winner again having a losing record like it did last year, because I contemplated the Saints being like 8 and 9 with the winning thing, and the Panthers being tied with them. I was like, wow. But no, that division's bad.
And for the NFC West.
The NFC West is half bad, half good. But I have the San Francisco 49ers winning the division. And the second place in the division, the Seahawks, just missing out on the playoffs on that last wild card spot. And Arizona and Los Angeles is a coin flip. Somebody's going to get the number 1 pick out of those 2.
So you have Cowboys, Packers, Panthers, Niners, correct?
Yes.
All right. AFC East.
The AFC East, I have the Miami Dolphins winning the AFC East. And the Buffalo Bills coming in second, with the New York Jets third in the division, just missing out on the playoffs. The New England Patriots with a top 8 pick.
I know that hurts your feelings, Anthony.
Hey, as long as the Jets miss the playoffs, that's all that matters. Just it don't matter. They watching on the couch, man.
AFC North.
AFC North. I also have this division. No one's having a losing record in this division because they play the NFC South. No, they play the AFC South and the other half, and they play the NFC West, which they could either go 3-1 or 2-2 each team. So I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning the division, finishing second in the division, and also making playoffs, the Baltimore Ravens. And sneaking in the last wild card slot in this division, the Pittsburgh freaking Steelers on the 7th seed wild card.
That sounds like a hot take.
Oh, it's a hot one.
Everyone
That's a hot take.
I think I'm going to give him
Who
first
else
part
was
of the season.
Who else was the hottest part of the team last year?
Bang, bang, bang.
Who else was the hottest team finishing the year last year? Pittsburgh Steelers won 7-2 in the last 9 games.
I thought they were going to make the playoffs. I was rooting
Mike
for it.
Tomlin's never had a losing record.
I also think Kenny Pickett is really good.
And
I do
Cleveland,
too.
I
Cleveland
think he's
gets
really good, but I think he'll be fine.
9-8.
I'm also old enough to remember Dylan telling me that Zach Wilson was better than Kenny.
In that game, he was. In that game, he was.
Also old enough to remember.
Kenny Pickett threw multiple interceptions in that game. What are we doing here? Because you guys asked me after that game, and I said, right now, Zach Wilson's better than Kenny Pickett. Oh,
And
why
I
is
said-
Zach Wilson
and
better
I
than Kenny
told
Pickett?
you were crazy.
Who threw interceptions in that game? You tell me.
Didn't matter. That was
It
his
did.
first game.
Okay, and it was Zach's first game back. And he threw multiple interceptions.
Those green colored glasses.
If you asked me 2 weeks later, I would have told you Kenny Pickett's better. But you asked me after we beat Kenny Pickett, after he threw multiple interceptions. Usually when a quarterback throws multiple interceptions, they're not good.
I saw Kirk Cousins beat Josh Allen last year. I don't think Kirk Cousins is better than Josh Allen, but I saw that happen.
That's two completely different ends of the spectrum. That's Josh Allen being a top 5 quarterback, Kirk Cousins being a top 10 quarterback, and it's Kenny Pickett playing in a half of football versus Zach Wilson, who's bottom 25. Completely different. One is picking your good quarterback versus your great quarterback. The other one is picking your shit. You want dog shit or bird shit? Go ahead.
Steven, who is winning the AFC South?
Duval County is winning the AFC South. I'll have that right there. The worst division in football. The Tennessee Titans second, and the Texans third, and the Colts fourth.
AFC West? We'll just rate the Chiefs.
AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs winning this division.
I thought you were going to say the Chargers for a second.
The Chargers finishing second in this division, just missing out in the playoffs because they have offensive coordinator that calls 2 plays. And then I have the Broncos over the Raiders, with Sean Payton not being afraid to bench Russell.
There we go. There's the take.
When you say not being afraid, are you saying he's going to bench Russell Wilson at some point?
Sean Payton's already tired of his shit.
And you still have the Broncos over us?
Football, then he's focused on football, quit keeping babies. Get your office out of here.
I still can't get over he has an office.
Why wouldn't he have an office? He's Russell Wilson.
He's a quarterback. Be with your team. Be in the locker room.
Let's ride. All right, Steven, who do you have winning MVP?
Joe Burrow.
No.
Joe Shiesty.
Oh, God.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Shiesty. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn about Joe Shiesty. I thought I already taught y'all about Joe Shiesty last year. Don't fuck with me, Joe Shiesty.
Who do you have in the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, I have the Cincinnati Bengals against the San Francisco 49ers, led by Sam Darnold at quarterback. Brock Purdy gets benched by week 7 or 8. Not
At least you said week 7 or 8, and not week 5.
Week 5. Week 5.
Any hot takes besides the Steelers making the playoffs?
No, I've had a couple hot takes on here.
Yeah, you actually have had it.
Had the Packers winning the division.
Yeah, that's a hot take right there.
Steelers making the playoffs.
That's 2.
I don't think that's a hot take because I had the Steelers at 9-8.
Nah, Steelers aren't making the playoffs. That's a hot take.
Hot takes.
I don't think it is.
I think the Dolphins winning the division is a hot take.
That's a hot take.
personally.
The
Yeah, that's a
Dolphins
hot
is
take.
a hot take.
That's a hot take.
It is. The Dolphins got a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Dolphins got a lot of problems. I was very high on the Dolphins before they started having their
I
problems.
had that division being close because they play the NFC East too, and they play the AFC West. So that division's gonna be close.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's great. Jalen Waddle's great.
I like
That offensive line is not.
here.
And neither is that defense. It was great, and then everybody like blew up. They got the NFL Twitter's favorite corner, Eli Apple. So NFL Twitter is going to be collectively rooting against the Dolphins every week.
Every week.
That's bad.
Every week.
I don't know if they're mentally tough enough.
That man is so hated.
I wonder why, Mike.
That man is hated.
Oh, he took a bite out of the apple.
Nothing was better than him getting cooked by Cooper Kupp in the Super Bowl.
You mean get cooked by everybody in the Super Bowl.
All right.
He got cooked that whole playoff run.
Fucking candy apple.
I had Kenneth Walker as Offensive Rookie of the Year. I had Tyreek Defensive Rookie of the Year. I had Tyreek Hill as Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons had Jalen Hurts, should have gotten that right. And I had
He got one vote.
Dabble.
How should you have gotten that right? He got one vote.
He would have won it. He not got hurt. He would have won it.
He got one vote.
He would have won it.
Don't get hurt.
What?
Exactly. Like what?
Don't get hurt.
And my hot take was wrong, but I was close. I said that the Vikings coach was going to get fired mid-year. Didn't happen mid-year.
Wasn't he a new coach?
No, I think it's Stefanski's second.
It was the second.
Yeah,
year.
second year.
I have Vikings coach fired mid-year, so clearly I didn't think much of him.
Oh, I forgot his name.
Kevin O'Connell.
Stefanski? Oh, O'Connell. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just got that job.
Yeah, he got
He was on his way out the door. Nobody was on his way out the door, clearly.
You can't change a team in 1 year.
I don't know. The Cardinals be firing the coach after 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos too.
All
Well,
right.
That was new ownership. Remember that they hired Hackett before they sold the team, so the previous regime hired him.
Texans be doing that shit too.
Bad franchises. I have a phrase, Steven. Bad franchises do bad franchise things.
What do you think happens if Washington's got a new owner, Ron Rivera is there, he does bad, he's out. It's not the coach they picked.
He will be fine. He might replace the Vikings coach on my list here. The clock is ticking for him, unfortunately, which sucks. He's the only Hispanic coach in the league, right? Which is ridiculous, but yeah,
I think he's the only Hispanic coach ever.
And
Coach, at least.
And he has 4 playoff appearances, but only 3 winning seasons.
Yeah,
he's on his way out.
we love Ron Rivera.
Riverboat Ron.
Go on, take that walk upstairs to the front office. Go on, take that walk. It's time.
Are we gonna do who we think rookies of the year are gonna be?
I mean, we can if you want to. Let me. Can I get my picks on?
Oh yes, I forgot you had picks. You've been very quiet.
I agree with Steven for the NFC East. No one ever repeats. So I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win the division. Eagles second. Actually, just a flip flop. Cowboys first, Eagles second, Giants third. Commanders are not very good. For the North, I am picking the Packers.
Wow.
Somebody's got to win.
Not only that.
I have no real expectations.
If you know, Steve, if you know me, these guys will attest. They know I am a lover of a good defense. And the Packers have the best defense in that division. And
Jay Alexander, man.
I think the Packers are sneaky better than people think. And the division is a show me division. So
They don't have to deal with the Aaron Rodgers hostage situation no more.
Yeah, but we don't know who Jordan Love is yet. We don't. There's so much unpredictability about Jordan Love. It's
Yeah, but
hard.
but
It's hard for me to
Yeah.
choose Green Bay.
nowhere in my prediction did you hear me mention his name. Because
what's his face gets free reign of calling the offense now. The offense that he wants.
Yes.
Will
So-
he get fired? We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Packers win the division.
he will be gone after this year.
Hot take: Bears finish second. Lions.
I don't think that's a
I have
hot.
the
I
same
don't.
thing.
I don't think
Lions
that's a hot
finish
take.
third. What you call it is last.
I think that's
Vikings?
a hot take. Vikings finishing last. I think that's a hot take.
No, somebody's gonna win this. Somebody's
Somebody's
gonna
got to win. Somebody got to lose.
Some team's gonna get elevated from wins against
Some.
those other two divisions.
All of these teams got better. One got worse.
Yeah, but the Lions finishing third, like,
The Lions had a shitty defense last year.
so they
Lions
didn't
had-
improve. They didn't improve upon
They
that
got better.
defense.
They got better on defense.
They don't have
Yeah,
one of the best offensive lines in the league. Like,
They
come
do.
on,
No, you
You
can
have
still lose the game on the defensive side of the ball.
not when you have offensive studs too and a good quarterback.
Yes, that's.
Make a stop.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I'm not
So
going to lie
there's-
to you, Anthony. There's a good chance that the Bears stink and the Vikings finish.
Yeah.
second. I think
Like
there's a
we
good
watched the
chance.
Eagles lose the Super Bowl.
So I
We're
don't
not
think,
talking about. Well, no, but we're not talking about the Super Bowl. We're just talking about divisional rankings
I
here.
don't think
We're talking
the Bears can finish second in that division. It's not. Somebody's got to do it.
No, my problem,
Feeling-
my
feeling
my
like
issue,
my love for Justin Fields.
my issue is not so much with the Bears. I understand that the Bears can do really well this year. My issue is more so with, I guess, Packers number 1 and then the Vikings. I mean, and the Lions 3 and 4. Like, I guess that's more so my issue. I don't really have a problem with the Bears being number 2, to be honest.
Just because you score a lot of points doesn't mean you're stopping the other team.
I don't
No,
think
but it's not.
You need defense.
Yeah,
You
but
cannot
I'm
have a
saying,
bad defense.
But the
and,
li-
like think you're
but
going
the li-
to be sweet.
but let's not act like the Lions don't have pieces on defense though. Like,
they added
No.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, but they still haven't.
and Aiden Hutchinson had a good rookie season.
Yes, he did.
Great. Their corners suck. The rest of their defensive line sucks, and their linebackers suck.
But he's on the pup list for 4 weeks.
And they have a terrible defensive coordinator. Their defensive coordinator sucks. He's bad. You know, a coach is bad when he's interviewing for a job, and I'm sitting here like, whoa, do they not know who the fuck that guy is? Because every time me and Mike would be sitting here waiting for everybody to come to the pod, I'm sitting here like, yo, the Lions defensive coordinator is interviewing for this head coaching job? Fucking why?
How?
Why? They were one of the 3 worst defenses in football. They have all that talent on offense, but it means nothing if you can't like win games.
But they did win
Defense
games.
can't- If your defense
won.
can't stop.
It didn't stop. Listen, the only reason why they didn't make the playoffs last year is because of bum ass fucking Rams. Had nothing to do with the Lions. They did what they needed to do. The Rams just
Did they
sucked.
not lose games they should have won early on in the season? Yes.
Yes, but
Yes.
I'm talking
You know
about
what
they
that
didn't.
means?
But they didn't lose the playoff. They didn't not make the playoffs because they didn't win enough games. They lost playoffs because the
That's
team
exactly
they needed
why
to.
they didn't make
No, the
That's
team they
literally-
needed. No,
Dylan,
team
I
that-
just want to point out that your hatred for Anthony is hilarious because you also picked the Lions to win the division. So the fact that you're
I
arguing,
picked the Lions. I picked
It's
the Lions to win the
hilarious.
division, but I understand.
you clearly think they're going to be good and clearly think they're going to win.
But I also had the Bears with the same record. I had the Packers within 2 games. Like I understand this division is going to be a toss-up. So if you tell me that the Lions are in last place, I will be like, I fucking understand.
You can pick any team to win this division. I would not shake my head and say, "Oh no." You can say the
That's why it's
Vikings
like
can win it. Yeah, the Lions can win it. Yeah, the Bears can win it. Yeah, the Packers can win it. Any one of those teams, I'm not going to argue.
wait, Steve. Do you have any team in the NFC North under 500?
Probably, if anything, it would be the Bears, but it would only be like 8-9 or 9-8. It's because of the teams they play. They play the South.
Like, my problem more so comes with arguing that a team can't finish in last place.
The NFC
They
South.
can. This whole division is a complete toss-up. They can absolutely. All of these teams can finish in first or last place.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. You could pick any one of these teams to win first place.
I would be shocked if the Vikings finish last.
I would not at all.
You guys are gonna call me. So let's just. I really, really, really wanted to pick the Falcons to win this division, but they don't have a quarterback.
Or a defense. Or an offensive line.
I like their offense though. I like their skill
They
players,
got
They
some
have the
good
pieces. They just don't
I
have
like
the
their
protection or the
skill players.
quarterback.
but they just don't. They don't have a. If
Ritter's
Marcus Mariota
fucking
was still
terrible.
a quarterback, I would have picked this team to win the division. But
Yes,
for some reason, they decided to get rid of him, and
because they wanted to lose and he was fucking it up.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they got rid of him because they were winning games when they wanted to tank.
And he had the nerve to ask for a slight raise.
Well,
Oh my god!
in their defense, even when they lost, they were still in the division race to win the division.
Like, you're gonna fuck around. We're gonna end up having 6 wins, and all these other teams are gonna end up losing, and we're gonna make the playoffs.
Well, he probably did try to fuck up. It's just the problem is every other team was fucking up too.
It's not fucking. It's not. They were trying to fuck up, and then Mariota's like, "Yo, check this touchdown."
So I really wanted to pick the Falcons because
So you guys aren't sold on Ritter at all?
Regime change coming soon.
the pieces are there. To me, the foundation's there for the Falcons. They're just not ready yet. So I will default and pick the Saints because they have the best quarterback in the division. So Saints win the division. Niners win the West. I don't have the Seahawks making the playoffs.
Oh wow.
No, I have 3 teams from.
Just missing.
I have 3 teams from the NFC East. I think the Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles all make it, and then the Lions are the other.
Yeah, I have the Seahawks and the Giants at the same record, so they would kick the Seahawks out too.
In the AFC, I am, also picking Buffalo because, duh. For the North, I'm surprised that this wasn't happening. I don't know if you're going to consider this a hot take or not, but I have the Ravens winning this division.
Not a hot take.
That's not a hot take. I could clearly see that.
Not a hot take. I'm interested to see what their offense looks like this year with the new coordinator.
I have the Ravens winning the North. I have the Titans winning the South.
Shocker.
Like I said, any could change. The Jaguars absolutely can win the division because my team is injury prone. So, like I've been screaming in the chat for months now. If Ryan Tannehill gives me 13 games, Tennessee's gonna win this division. But he might not. But he might give me 13.
Barring injury, barring any significant injury, I think Tennessee wins that division.
Mike, how do you feel about Tannehill being in the top 10 players of quarterbacks, possibly looking at a QB change?
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, you guys clearly aren't familiar with his work. Like, y'all don't know who he is and who Mike Vrabel is.
Tannehill's woefully underrated.
You're not familiar with Tannehill's work if you don't realize
Ryan Tannehill's work very familiar.
that since he's been that's incorrect. That is factually incorrect.
He's a trash can handing off Derrick Henry. I've never
look it up.
never seen a team win a game coming back by just running the ball instead of throwing it.
And yet you can look it up.
Since
Since he's been on
top
the Titans,
Run,
he's been a top 10 quarterback. He's been a top 10 quarterback since he's been on the Titans. You can look up the numbers. He's been a top 10 quarterback since he's been on the Titans.
Empty stats.
It's empty stats. Who cares?
I mean, you got to admit, it is a bad look where Derrick Henry threw more touchdown passes against the Ravens in that playoff game than Tannehill.
But gotta love it. Well, he's the Hulk. I mean, we have a Hulk.
He threw a touchdown pass.
There's nothing he can't do.
There's a lot of things he can't do.
He can't do.
When's Will Levis taking over?
He sucks.
year.
He probably won't be.
No,
He probably won't.
Will Levis is garbage.
Next year, Will is going to be our starter next year, whether I like it or not. He's going to be the starter next year,
Don't worry. That'll put you in a good spot
Barring
to draft
injury.
Shador.
barring injury. I mean,
That'll be a good spot to draft Shador the next year.
and Tennessee would do something like that. Have just keep drafting quarterbacks, work on them for a year, and then say, "Oh, no, don't like you."
If your quarterback sucks and you didn't waste a first-round pick on him, keep drafting him. Keep drafting him.
So, but no, if Tannehill stays healthy, Tennessee absolutely is going to win this division, and we're going to win 11 games because we, believe it or not, have a top 10 defensive line. We have a okay linebacking core. Our secondary's trash.
20th ranked defense.
Our secondary's trash. But if we can get the lead, we're going to be a handful.
Yo, yeah, you ball control.
If we get the lead,
Good luck.
good luck. Good luck. Don't let us get the lead because you're gonna be in trouble.
The problem is your offensive line's trash.
And we have injuries and a suspension. So
And suspension. So your
we gotta-
offensive line is
we gotta
patchwork.
it's patchwork. But
And
Mike
Henry's
Vrabel-
getting older too.
Mike, I don't think so.
Henry's still young.
Literally, he is getting older.
But you're implying that he's slowing down. And
I'm implying
I've
that
seen
he's hitting that age where he's coming back from injuries and he's recovering. His body, Father Time is going to start hitting his body.
How old
He's
is
a
Henry
massive
again?
guy.
29. He's 29 this year.
Oh yeah, I
This
think
is
he's
where,
gonna be.
this is where your running backs start
30
hitting
soon.
that wall.
Near the 30 mark. They start
This
to
is where
go
your running
down.
backs start hitting the wall, and he's already been getting hurt the last couple of years. His body's going to end up breaking on him. I'm not saying he's not going to be good.
He's having muscle injuries.
Yeah, but that's a
that's why-
problem.
It's soft tissue injuries. I'm not worried about because it's not repeat. He's not having repeat injuries. It's something.
But
here,
he's still just
something
getting
there.
hurt. The problem is if he's getting hurt and your offensive line can't block for him, you could have a problem. I'm not saying Derrick Henry's still not great. I love Derrick Henry. If he gets hurt, you guys are in a lot of trouble.
No, our backup is really good.
Yeah, they have a good
He's
back.
not
That's why
Derrick
I draft.
No one's Derrick Henry, but
Yeah, no,
I'm sure you'll be fine, but it's not going to be the same.
but it won't be as bad as last year.
it won't be as bad. As
Well,
that.
last year was bad because you lost Henry and you had a quarterback who just couldn't throw the ball.
At all.
Yeah,
And you refuse to run zone read with him.
and Burks couldn't stay healthy, and there was no one else to throw to.
Not even Burks couldn't stay healthy. Burks couldn't create separation like any of those other wide receivers.
Nothing went right, and we still almost won the division had it not been for a horrible call. So
That was not a horrible call. That was a
horrible
fumble.
call. That was a horrible call.
That was a fumble.
It's a terrible call.
Of course, you're going to say that.
It's a terrible call.
The NFL world knows it was a fumble.
Horrible call.
Fumble.
Bad call. The AFC West. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna go
My
chalk.
homeboy.
We're just gonna go chalk there. MVP. I've done this before, and I feel like I jinxed him when I did it. So realistically, in my mind, I want to say Lamar Jackson. But the last time I picked Lamar to win MVP, he got hurt. So
He's got hurt the last 3 years.
I'm not gonna except the year that I didn't
That
pick him to win MVP,
And he won
then
MVP.
went off.
That's
So-
the only reason why I didn't pick Baltimore to. That's one of the main reasons I didn't pick Baltimore to win
So
the
I'm
division.
not gonna jinx it. Not gonna jinx him.
New offensive coordinator.
Russell Wilson.
No, I don't think.
I would give Mike money to go bet that.
Let's ride.
Not gonna do that. I,
Justin
believe it
Herbert.
or not, am gonna pick Dak Prescott to win MVP.
What?
Rain
Yes.
Dakota Prescott.
Oh,
Because
yeah, that's
I
definitely a
think-
hot take.
I think the
What's that?
Cowboys are going to be.
Yes, it is. That's a hot take. That's a scorching hot take.
The way the media is acting like Dak has been terrible for 10 years is ridiculous.
He hasn't
He
been.
had one bad year, and like everybody's, oh my god.
He had a bad year, and he still was like his numbers were unbelievable regardless.
If Dak played in like Tennessee or Indianapolis, they wouldn't be talking about him like that. It's just he's a Cowboys quarterback. They're gonna talk shit about him.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're absolutely right. So I don't fall for that.
You tell me he has to throw 17 interceptions, but still going to throw for like 4,300 and like 30.
And 35 touchdowns. I'm taking that.
You know, like that. Hey, the Rams won. Who led the league in interceptions when the Rams won the Super Bowl a couple years ago? Matt Stafford. 17.
Matthew Stafford, king of throwing picks.
I love Matt Stafford. Don't you shit on him. I've always loved Matt Stafford. I was always his biggest Matt Stafford wasn't the problem. Detroit would have got rid of him.
Eli Manning's had 2 Super Bowls. He's led the league in interceptions 3 times.
All right, so for this Super Bowl, this is tough. I'm still debating with my AFC Championship game in my head because it's so hard not to pick Kansas City. It's so hard not to pick Kansas City.
Pat Mahomes has never played a road playoff game.
I think that will happen this year, and I think that's why they're going to lose.
Pat Mahomes has also won 2 Super Bowls with one of the worst,
so
two of the worst defenses in football.
So you don't have the Chiefs being the 1 seed?
No, I do not. I have the Bills being the 1 seed.
Bills got to make it there, though.
But
that's true.
I'm gonna. You know what? Let's.
Mahomes really never played a road playoff.
He's never played a road playoff game.
To go.
5 postseasons.
Go. That's why.
Kansas City.
5 postseasons, not a single game on the road.
His only technical road game is the Super Bowl.
That was in Tampa.
Go. That's why. I cannot believe so. No, I'm not gonna. I can't. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs.
You were about to pick my boy Joe Burrow.
No, I was about to pick the Ravens, but I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I just feel like Pat is gonna find it because I have the Ravens Chiefs AFC Championship game in Baltimore, and I'm just sitting here thinking about what a madhouse that stadium's gonna be. But I can't pick. I can't. I have to see somebody beat Pat. I have to see somebody beat Pat.
It's not even beat Pat. I need to see how the Ravens play because if the Ravens play a similar offense to how they've been playing, if they go down 7, they're done. Like they can't play from behind. And the Chiefs are the ultimate team where it's like, yo, we'll score fucking 7 in 3 seconds. They'll
score 14 in 3 seconds.
Yeah, the Ravens will go ahead and be like, okay, we have to march the whole quarter. Where Pat Mahomes will be like, yo, check this shit out. It's just 7's on the board.
Important, especially if he's on the road. He's never had a road playoff game.
And I'm going to actually pick, and this is why this was so hard for me, because this never happened, but I'm going to pick a rematch in the Super Bowl. I think we're going to get Chiefs Eagles again.
Yeah, I feel like you were going to go that route.
Have you been hearing this stat that's been going around where it's the losing team in the Super Bowl never has success? Yeah, they always the next year.
Barring injury, I don't see how anyone.
I don't see how the NFC is so bad.
I don't want to say like it's impossible. The Eagles absolutely can lose to the Cowboys. The Eagles absolutely can lose to the Niners. I don't want to make it seem like.
But those would be the only 2 teams.
But I just don't think they got a lot of talent, man.
Those would be the only 2 teams where it's like, okay, if anything else happens, I'd be utterly shocked.
But
you guys don't think the Saints can compete?
No.
I don't think they can because they don't have enough bullets in the gun. They don't have enough on offense. Their defense.
Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara.
Is Michael Thomas going to play football?
Yes, I said barring injury. That means Michael Thomas is playing football again.
If you want to tell me barring injury, everybody's equal. We're playing in a bubble. Saints absolutely are the fourth best team in the NFC. But it's not going to happen.
No, that's all I was asking. It was like, if barring injury, can the Saints compete? Because you look at their offense. 4 games, 4 or 6 games, something like that. Yeah, I think 6.
Their defense is old too. Their defense is old. Besides Lattimore.
You never count out a good defense, though.
And the only time Lattimore really does anything is against Mike Evans. Other than that, he's really just average.
He has condos over there with Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. It's the only one. Outside of Mike Evans, he's like incredibly average, but something about 13 in front of him, he just gets really offended. He gets real mad. It's like, why is he lined up across from me? Who the fuck is this guy? Who does he think he is?
So, are you ready for the hot take?
Yes.
Yeah.
So who do you have in the Super Bowl?
Chiefs, Eagles.
Oh, Chiefs, Eagles. Okay.
Cheagles.
Chiefs, Eagles. I don't think it's a hot take, but I have the Browns in the playoffs. I think the AFC North gets 3 teams. I don't have the balls to say the Bengals won't make the playoffs, so I won't do that.
I
But
do.
That's out of spite.
I just don't have the balls. I can't do it. But
You would only do it because of me.
but the Browns will make the playoffs. The Jets will not make the playoffs.
Of course.
That's my,
Shocker.
Jets will not make the playoffs.
Shocker.
And I don't know if it's a hot take that the Giants make the playoffs again, but I think the Giants will make the playoffs again. So yeah, there you go. Browns, Giants make the playoffs. Jets do not.
Fuck you.
Will be a fun season if that happens. It'll be fun.
No, it will not.
Not for you, but hearing you and Roz lose your mind.
No, Roz needs to calm down.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Roz needs to calm down.
Jesus.
You guys can talk about me. Roz is bad.
Dog, I'd be at work and just the notifications be going off. It's like Roz be just ready to just.
I'm just
blow
trying to
his
just
head
like talk football, like jet football. Roz is here is like, you buckle up, Dylan. It's gonna be a ride. I'm just like, can we let the season happen? Can we let the season happen, please?
Every single game, every single time the Jets trailed, that man would go off in the chat. Like it was so. All you see is this long script of just Dylan and Roz just going at it. Like very long chat session.
Because he's ridiculous. He blames the wrong shit.
So I'm trying to look. I'm trying to see which, if Anthony's predictions all come true, the NFL is chaotic. Chaotic. If Anthony gets 100%. I think if Stevens comes through, it's not chaotic, but it's fun. It's a fun season. It's a fun season. Dylan is I don't want to say chalk because it's not chalk, but there's nothing surprising for Dylan. Like,
No, it's not, because I don't think there's going to be a massive surprise. Obviously, there will be. It's just I can't forecast it.
mhm.
It's hard to forecast that type of thing.
And I don't think mine is really that crazy either, with the
Like,
maybe
literally
the exception of the Jets, because everybody thinks the Jets are going to be really good, but that's really
I
it.
have the Jets missing the playoffs, but not by much.
Wait.
No, I'm saying they're going to have a losing
Mike.
record.
I'm not saying the Jets are going to be like 4-12. No,
Wait,
I
Mike,
just think the AFC North is going to be just ungodly good this year.
Yeah,
Who do
that's
you-
the problem. The AFC North.
Mike, who do you have making the playoffs in the AFC this year?
I have the Bills, Ravens,
Not y'all.
The Bills.
I didn't
Ravens,
ask that question, Dylan.
Just saying.
Bills,
I didn't ask you.
Ravens, Titans, Chiefs, Bengals, Browns, and the Dolphins. Because I think Tua's really good, and I think if they're healthy, the Dolphins are pretty good.
The problem is the Dolphins are not healthy. That's the problem. You can't say the if they're healthy thing when they're already not healthy.
They started bright and early with
They
that
started
shit.
off as soon as ink to paper for Jalen Ramsey, bam.
There's no secret. If you've been a fan of this show for 3 seasons, I do not like Justin Herbert. I don't think he's what everybody thinks. I don't think he's what everybody thinks he is. I'm not completely sold on Trevor Lawrence yet. Dylan knows. I think he's overrated.
Trevor Lawrence.
He needs a full
How
season.
is Trevor Lawrence
No,
overrated?
no, he is overrated. He needs a full
because
season.
I've already seen him be ranked in the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, and that is ridiculous.
He needs a full sample
He's
size.
not the top 10
We had a
quarterback.
full sample size
No, he had half the season. Half the season when he
last
turned it on.
year.
Yeah, he turned it on for half the season.
He played
I
a
thought
full
like-
season though.
No, but he was only good for like half the season.
He's not a top 10 quarterback.
We need a full
Yeah,
sample size.
it was his first year into this new system, and they made the playoffs.
He's not a top 10 quarterback, and he has played not good in his last, I believe, 4 playoff games.
They were the only team coming close that came
Go back
close
to
to
college.
beating the Chiefs
Go
in
back
the
to college
playoffs last
and look
year.
at his last 4 win-or-go-home games. He has not played well in any of those games.
Well, he
Any of
lost
them.
one. He lost the national championship.
Did not play
He
well
got
in
sent
that
home
game.
by Justin Fields.
Did he play well in that game?
And no, he did not. And
Not
then
play
he
well in
goes
that
and he beats y'all, gets to the playoffs, and has a comeback
He did not
victory.
He did not play well against Tennessee.
The comeback victory against the Chargers is incredible.
He did not play well in that game.
Did he play well in the second half?
He played well.
He
in
played
that game,
phenomenal in the
Mike.
second
He played.
half.
He played
Therefore,
really good in the second.
therefore, as a
but-
whole,
No,
He played
as
good.
a whole, he played mid then because
Played
he played
good.
atrocious in the
Receiver
first half.
fumble away from beating the Chiefs in Kansas City in the
He
playoffs.
played atrocious in the first half, and he played bad against Kansas City. What are you talking about?
No, he didn't play good against Kansas
He
City.
played against Kansas City.
That wasn't a good game.
Away from beating Kansas City in the playoffs.
They had no chance of winning that game. They
Or
were
you're-
never in that game.
Before that game.
It was like
There was
24.
no
Was it
point in that
24-14
game
or something like that?
that
it was
I
20
ever-
to 7.
they
It was
were
what?
never
It
gonna
was
win that
20
game.
to 27.
They're the
Trevor
only
Lawrence
Oh.
was 24 for 39, 217 yards and a touchdown and an interception. That's not
They
bad.
were never going to win that game.
Yeah, but that's not great either. Like,
They were in the
Yeah, but
they
that's
were
not shit.
15-yard line when the receiver fumbled the ball.
Did you think they were going to win that game?
If
I
they
thought
would
they
have
had a
scored a
chance.
touchdown, their wide receiver fumbled the ball and gave Kansas
They were
City
gonna
the
win
ball
that
back
game.
and they ran the clock out.
Because that was
You
also the
think
game
they were gonna
Mahomes
win
got
that
hurt. Didn't he?
yeah, that was the game.
Yeah. Once he got hurt, I was like,
They
yo,
were-
they really have a chance.
They were never going to win.
They only lost by a touchdown.
They only lost because the wide receiver fumbled the ball.
Trevor Lawrence is not what you think.
I think he's overrated. I don't know. Is he a top?
He can still get
Is he a
better,
top
but
10? Is he a
he's not
top 10 quarterback?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes.
Are there 10 quarterbacks better than Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
No.
Yes, there is.
there are not.
That's tough.
It's
There are
tough.
not.
Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback in his division.
Okay.
That automatically puts him at like a different ranking because there's only 8 divisions total.
There are divisions that have multiple quarterbacks better than him.
Go.
If he was in the AFC South, in the AFC North, he'd be the worst quarterback in the division. Outside of Kenny Pickett.
No, he'd be top 3. Well, he would be better than Kenny Pickett, so he'd be top 3. Right? Because both. I'm sorry. He's better than Deshaun Watson.
We're gonna see.
He's better than Deshaun Watson.
We're gonna see in a few weeks.
I can't say nothing about that because,
We're gonna
again,
see.
Deshaun Watson needs to prove himself. So, yes, he is better than Deshaun Watson.
We're gonna see in a few weeks. He's not better than Lamar.'s not better than Joe.
He's already got the same amount of playoff wins as Deshaun Watson.
He just said they
He's not
they-
better than Lamar. He's not better than Joe.
He's
no
not better
way
than Lamar.
Jaguars are going to win that playoff game when they were inside the 15-yard line,
They were never gonna win that game.
score, and the wide receiver
They
fumbled
were
the ball
never-
and
they
gave
were
Kansas
never-
City the ball to run out the clock.
They were never gonna win that game.
Mike's just blinded by hate.
They were never gonna win.
Mike just doesn't want to. He just.
Fumbled
They
the
were
ball.
never gonna win that game.
He was that turnover didn't happen. They were down 40.
Fumbled the ball. They have the ball at the 5-yard line.
They were never gonna win that game.
You can't say they never. The wide receiver fumbled the ball.
They were never.
There's not
gonna
10
win.
quarterbacks better than Trevor.
Let's see. There's the Mahomes, there's Allen, there's Burrow, there's Hurts, there's Jackson.
I would say
That's
we
fine.
can go through it.
The
They
problem is you're
scored
gonna
us.
get to 9 and you're like,
They
oh
lost-
shit,
they
it's
lost-
Trevor Lawrence.
It's not. I'm not. Gonna
Do you-
do that because I'm gonna
Do you
go.
think he's better than
Burrow.
Prescott?
No, he's
No.
not better than Dak Prescott. So Dak, Burrow, Allen,
Mahomes.
Mahomes, Hurts,
Herbert.
Here we go.
Herbert.
See, he doesn't want to put Herbert either.
I don't want to put Herbert.
Herbert's better than Trevor Lawrence, Mike. Come on.
No. All right. Herbert.
Cousins.
He's not better
Cousins.
not better than Kirk Cousins.
Cousins is not better than Trevor Lawrence.
No, we're just naming 10 quarterbacks.
No, Cousins is better than Trevor Lawrence. What the fuck?
I think Cousins is better than Trevor too.
Cousins is better than Trevor Lawrence, man. Come on, what are
We're
we
still
doing
proving
here?
a point. Let's give him 7. Let's give him 7. Let's keep going.
God, he's not better than Geno Smith.
Yes, he is.
He's not better than Geno.
Yes,
No,
he
he's
is.
better. He's better than Geno Smith.
He's better than Geno.
I'm-
Mike, stop it.
I'm not going to put
Stop
Geno
it.
Smith over
Stop
Trevor
it.
Lawrence.
Fine.
I would put Jared Goff in there.
I would not put Jared Goff in there.
You would have put Jared Goff in there.
Not in the top 10, no.
He's not better than Aaron Rodgers.
He's not. That's 8.
He's not better than Tua.
I think he is.
I'm not.
But that's fine. That's fine. I'll give you that. It's 9.
Not better than Tua.
When Tua's playing, I think Tua's better.
I said I'd give it to you. I'm not going to die on that hill.
He's not better than Derek Carr.
Yes, he is. Stop. Stop it. No.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh,
No.
my
Derek
God.
Carr is
Oh,
absolutely
my
better than Trevor.
God.
No, he's not.
Derek,
No,
what?
he's not. No, he's
Derek
not.
Carr is not better than Trevor Lawrence.
I
He's
hope
not.
you guys don't want that car insurance, that interest rate on that Derek Carr insurance. You guys,
He's not.
the car accident waiting to happen.
Trevor Lawrence is better than Derek Carr. Derek Carr is not a
No.
top 10 quarterback.
Not better than Derek Carr.
Yes, he is.
Derek Carr. Well, Derek Carr better win the NFC South.
He's not
I'll
better.
use one of your guys. How many playoff games has Derek Carr won?
I don't think
There we go.
None.
He's only
He's
been
never,
in
he's
one.
never he's never won a playoff game,
He's only been in one playoff game.
and he
Dylan.
lost. Trevor Lawrence was in one playoff game, and they have a comeback victory because of him.
Okay, but look, what was the level of competition?
They won because of him.
they won because the Chargers are fucking idiot.
Yeah,
But Trevor
you-
Lawrence didn't bring them back and score and throw touchdowns.
No, Trevor Lawrence. I give Trevor
Trevor
Lawrence.
Lawrence
props.
didn't throw
But the
touchdowns.
but the Chargers are also fucking
The
idiots.
Chargers are idiots. Like,
Yeah, the
let's
Chargers
not-
are no
let's
idiots.
not
Somebody's
act
gotta
like
throw
the Char-
touchdowns, right?
Let's not act like the Chargers are not at fault here. Like, we're not going to sit
Yeah.
here and act like the reason that the Patriots came back against the Falcons is because the Falcons are fucking idiots. Yeah, Tom Brady did what he did, but the Falcons. are
Somebody's
idiots.
got to throw the touchdowns.
But we can't gloss over both.
Dylan, the Chargers charging. Man. Come on, we all know this.
The Chargers absolutely.
The
did
problem
that.
is the Chargers could have sold, and they still could have won. And they still could have won that game. The problem is somebody had to put their big boy pants on and win that game.
Show you that he's a top 10 quarterback. What does he have
Yeah,
to do?
what does Trevor have to do to
Just
show
one.
you?
No, all I'm saying is one season. Just one a full sample size. Just a full sample size. That's it.
We have a full sample size.
No,
we
we
have a
don't.
season.
I'm talking about a full. No, I'm talking about a full sample size. Can be really good.
Okay. Mike's even if he's really good, Mike's like, nope.
No.
You know
I
when he'll be
absolutely
a
will
top
put.
10 quarterback? When Trevor Lawrence retires. And he's not playing anymore.
Nah, Trevor Lawrence puts together a good season. He's absolutely top 10 for me.
Talking about a second year in the same offense. They
With
got
more
better.
weapons.
Calvin Ridley now.
Calvin Ridley's going to help a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna help a lot.
When he was coming with Zay Jones, this is the second wide receiver, and Agnew fumbles the ball at the 5-yard line.
They also had Christian Kirk.
And are we doing this like barring that we're just saying that the player is completely healthy?
I don't want to say that. It's because
If we're saying player is completely healthy, he's not better than Matthew Stafford either. He's not better than him either. But Stafford's always hurt. So I can understand if you don't want to give me Stafford, because Stafford's always hurt. But you give me a healthy Matthew Stafford, I'll take him over Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but even
And then you
to
still got
just
to put somebody at 10.
yeah, but hold on, but you know, but that could easily be a Justin Fields or a Deshaun Watson.
Justin
Exactly.
Fields
You want-
literally hasn't shown us anything
It's not
that he
Justin
could be a
Fields.
top quarterback.
Not-
Justin Fields hasn't shown anything.
Not to say he's better than
No.
Trevor Lawrence.
No.
No, I'm not saying he's better than Trevor Lawrence, but you don't see him
Oh,
being
I,
a.
oh,
Well,
I-
No, I'm talking
I
to
think he can
Dylan.
be. I think he can be, but what has he shown me that?
I'm a huge Justin Fields fan.
he has
You
DJ
don't-
Moore now,
He has
and
DJ Moore now.
Yeah, now
Come
he
on.
does. But again, if we're going based on what we've seen, he has shown nothing.
also
No, he's showing flashes.
No, he's shown flashes.
He's
bro.
He's shown me
flashes
that
still.
when you have nothing open down the field, that he can fucking run that bitch.
He can throw the ball.
I'm
can
not
throw
saying
the
he
ball.
can't throw the ball, but again, he hasn't shown me. Like I've seen.
No, but that
bits
right
and
there,
pieces.
but that's showing you.
But if
though.
we're
That's
going off
what-
of projections, and it's like, oh man, Bryce Young probably be up here too.
That's just
We're not going
like,
off of projections.
How are we doing?
no, I'm saying likely projections. Like Justin Fields being a top 10 quarterback this year is a likely projection.
Who's he kicking off?
He has receivers now. It's all.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I'm just saying if you think he's going to be a top 10 quarterback, who's getting off that list?
But he's got to show improvements.
I mean, I would think it would have to be Cousins. I'm not saying he's going to be there. I'm just saying.
And
if
because
going
the
off
problem
of
is
it in
he's
my
gonna,
head, it would have to be Cousins.
Yeah, I'd probably be like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but if Kirk Cousins puts up another 4,500 yard season with like
You
40
know.
touchdowns, it's like, okay, well, I guess he could be 11.
Now, if he gets like 3,000 yards passing and 1,000 yards rushing,
Then it's
Well,
like,
me
okay,
pers-
we have to look at the combined
Ooh.
stats.
Well, me
Yeah.
personally, you get Dak Prescott the fuck out. Like, he'd replace him for me. But that's just personally.
One,
me.
Derek Carr doesn't belong on this list, so
I-
and Trevor Lawrence might put that up on a poll. Yeah,
you might not want to see the results of that poll. You might not want to see the results of that poll.
Derek Carr is going to the playoffs this year.
I like Derek Carr, but Derek Carr's only going to the playoffs because he's the best team in a bad division.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
I
Last
think-
time we saw Derek Carr in the playoffs. But again, this is the first time Derek Carr's had like a good defense ever.
I just want to make
I mean, the last time we saw Derek Carr in the playoffs, we almost beat the
You
damn
lost.
Bengals.
Don't care. You lost.
No, but you just try to make it out like he didn't have a good game or he played bad.
No, I'm saying Derek Carr lost.
Okay. It sounded like you were trying to say he had a bad playoff.
Never said that. Just saying he lost. He didn't have a good enough game to win. He lost.
But that was with no weapons still, or very little weapons.
I don't care. You lost.
Okay, and now he's on a team that has a lot of good weapons.
Excellent. I hope he doesn't run into one of these top seeds. I really do.
Listen, again,
if they run into the Cowboys in the first round, that's tough. That's tough.
If we're gonna do if we're gonna do the barring injury, if we're gonna go the barring injury aren't any significant injury route, the Saints can be dangerous.
I'm
The
telling
Saints
you
can
right
be very
now, if it's the
dangerous.
Saints-Cowboys matchup, I'm not picking the Saints because the Cowboys have everything on defense to counteract everything the Saints have. Cowboys have a top 3 defense in football. And then an offense that can give you number 1 offense in football.
I see what you're saying. I'm just saying I think the Saints could be dangerous.
Because I'm picking Diggs and Gilmore over Olave and Thomas every day. Day.
Well, that game would be in New Orleans
They've lost to New Orleans before.
with Drew Brees.
With a better quarterback.
Well, Derek Carr's not Drew Brees.
Definitely not. So stop treating him like he is, Mike.
You're hating. But those are our football picks for this year. We keep receipts. We will be back in January, February, probably in Anthony's case, October, November,
Anthony's case week 4.
to react to these picks. And stay tuned. We got time for a little rapid fire for stuff that's been going on in sports since we've been gone, because it's been a doozy.
It definitely has been a doozy.
I'm gonna run off some topics. 1 minute, go. Anthony, Reds making the playoffs.
We're gonna do it. 2 weeks left. We got this. You know, our pitching's horrendous, but damn it, we find ways to win. Yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out the Cardinals, and I'm gonna need your bum ass team to take care of the Brewers this week. Please do that for me.
Well, I think the Yankees are on a burner, so you might get lucky. I don't think the Reds are gonna make the playoffs. Not, I hate for you, but just because I think the Marlins are just really hot right now, and I don't know. if someone flipped the switch or reminded the Diamondbacks that they were really good before the All-Star break, but they're playing like the Diamondbacks that were really good before the All-Star break again. So
Yeah.
I just don't see it. And the Phillies are doing that thing again where they don't lose and hit home runs to the moon every night. So I don't see it for you guys, unfortunately. Go ahead, Dylan. Go ahead.
What?
Reds.
Reds now. They're not making it. I love Ellie De La Cruz. They're not making it.
Steven, anything? Reds?
I got nothing with baseball. I don't follow baseball.
Just say yes, Steven. Just say yes.
Sounds like a no for me.
Yeah.
Role play.
NBA. James Harden, is he going to play for the Sixers ever again?
No.
No.
There's no coming back from that.
No.
I don't think he's going to either, but I think it's.
Especially when he shit on Daryl like that.
Will he be on the better question? Will he be on the roster opening night?
No.
Yeah. You don't think so?
No. They'll get that taken care of before camp starts.
Camp starts in like 2 weeks.
I think they'll get it figured out.
Any roster.
Wait. What was the question again? You said
will he be on the roster opening night? Not if he's going to play, but will he be on Philly's roster opening night?
Oh, you said Philly's roster. Oh, no, he won't be on Philly's roster. No.
So you think they're going to trade him like Dylan in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, he'll find another team. I heard the Clippers are really trying to make a push for him.
The Clippers don't have what Philly wants.
And Daryl Morey is probably going to be very spiteful now. So
yes, he will.
So okay. Sorry, I was actually my next question looking at UFC highlights. Me and Dylan big in the fight game. Dylan owes me a Gatorade as we speak. On the fight game. Izzy Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. Upsets?
No. Sean Strickland sucks. He just got a big ass mouth. He'll sell the fuck out of this fight, but he sucks.
He doesn't suck. He's just
Yes, he does.
running into an all-time great. That's all.
No, he sucks. I've watched him get his ass beat many a time. He sucks. He's only here because Dricus Du Plessis couldn't be, and he turned down a title fight.
He got those running shoes on. Yeah, no, Izzy's gonna win. Pretty easy. Nick Bosa, highest paid non-quarterback player ever. Thoughts?
Well deserved.
Good luck having a roster next year.
That too. Yeah.
They are in cap hell with everybody. They got almost the highest paid at all these positions. Trent Williams, highest paid left tackle.
McCaffrey, highest paid running back.
Trent Williams.
Greenlaw's top 6 defensive tackle.
Hargrave.
Debo's top 5.
Debo's not going to be on that team next year.
Debo, yeah, that's a. No, I don't think Debo's not going to make it.
I think Debo's absolutely.
He has his cap hits $30 million for next year.
Debo is the one that's going to be the odd man out.
Yeah,
he'll be the person. He's the weapon.
I think if McCaffrey gets hurt this year, then
McCaffrey's
Debo
not going
will
to be on
stay.
that team next year. McCaffrey's not going to be on that team next year.
If he has another great year, he's definitely going to be on that team.
He won't be on that team next year. They don't need him. They only brought him there. They only brought him there to kind of give them like an extra edge. Like he was
which definitely helped out.
Yeah, but when you get to the point where it's like, yo, our window financially is closing. What position can we get? Oh, the one position that everybody is shitting on for contracts. Let's get rid of the biggest one.
I'm keeping McCaffrey over Samuel.
Get McCaffrey the fuck out. Like, you know who you have? You have Debo fucking Samuel.
Elijah Mitchell's not bad.
Elijah Mitchell's also not bad.
Still getting 50% of the snaps.
But Christian McCaffrey is better than both of them.
And he's also making $9 million more. So
how much is he counting against the cap?
Debo is going to ask for it.
Debo has his contract.
He already has a contract.
Debo got paid.
Exactly.
You can't get rid of Debo.
You could get. He's a $30 million hit.
Negatively.
Yes. They're not.
You can't get rid of him.
This will
This
be
guy-
the first year in his contract. Next year will be second year. McCaffrey's bonuses are gone.
What
You
about
could
George
cut
Kittle?
You could cut McCaffrey and have no cap penalty. If you cut Debo, you
McCaffrey-
lose 30 mil. You're already negative. You're already about to be negative in the cap. You can't get rid of
They're
Debo.
already.
San Francisco running backs have you seen the past 3-4 years? There's always a different one every
There's
year.
a billion.
And
If you get rid of Debo, you now go from being like negative $4 million on the cap to being negative 34.
Mitchell, they add McCaffrey now.
McCaffrey will go. I think Kinlaw will go, and I think the corner will go. You'll clear up 60 mil, and you'll be good
Talking
to
about
go.
Ward?
Yeah,
Devon Hargrave's contract.
yeah. You can get rid of a lot of you get rid
Didn't
of
they
running
just
backs
sign Hargrave's contract?
Yeah, he came over free agent, left Philly.
Yeah.
Philly lost a lot of people on defense.
It just gave him $84 million.
If you could get rid of two players at the positions that are least valuable on their sides of the ball, running back, defensive tackle, you'll be in a good spot. And then those corners in San Fran are already just average. They're not great. They got paid because Bosa and that defensive line is awesome. And they were just good enough to hold up. You could go get another one. Like you can't let Debo go. Debo is the weapon in that offense. Debo is that offense. The running game in San Fran always goes. It works no matter who's there. Raheem Mostert got a job at 30 in that offense where running backs are supposed to die.
Okay, we'll see. Is anyone watching the U.S. Open? Because Coco Gauff is out here. She's out here.
I hope she wins.
I think she will.
I love her talking shit.
And do we want to talk about DJ Reed saying the Jets have the best defense since '85 Bears?
That's crazy. We can't do that. I
No,
wish he
because
didn't say that.
I know I saw it.
I know. I wish he didn't say that. DJ Reed, you've been saying a lot of good things all camp. Shut up. Shut up.
Can't wait.
Shut up.
Can't wait.
However, if we get some turnovers on that defense, we will have a great
Say it,
defense.
Dylan.
We will have a great defense. I will not say we're going to be the
85
85 Bears.
85
No.
Bears.
No. But if the Jets can start creating
Oakland
turnovers,
Ravens? Oakland
problem.
Ravens defense, not even close. That Ravens defense. Oh,
Not even
What?
close.
The Bucks defense.
Which one? The one that won the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
You will be as good as that defense.
We could be. What? Brooks, Warren Sapp, really young Rondé,
Barber,
John Lynch.
Simeon Rice.
Yeah,
A lot of Hall of Famers on there.
that defense. That's a lot of Hall of Famers, but that defense wasn't like ridiculous compared to like the Ravens or even the 09 Jets. That 09 Jets team is one of the 5 best defenses of the last decade. Of that decade. You could actually go look up the stats and numbers for that too. They're number 5. So please. The only reason I know is because me and Steven have a buddy we had to look up this defense for because he was trying to say one of these Dolphins defenses was a top defense of that decade. And it was like, no. He's like, we were better than any of the defenses the Jets had. I was like, check that 09 one. And then 09 one was a top 5 defense of the last decade.
Defense of the decade, like Brandon, there's literally the best defense of all time in that decade. You did not have the best defense of that decade. Well,
The only reason I know is because I already looked it up.
in that decade.
Dylan, let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Are you going to tell me that the 09 Jets, so top 5 defense of the decade? That's
Of the 2010s, yes.
okay. So with top 5, so with 5, like what do we?
I don't remember where it was ranked, but it was top 5.
Because it's better than that Bucks defense, is what you're saying.
Sure.
Yeah, yes or no?
Sure. Listen, don't devalue that 09 defense, what they did in the passing game. Do not devalue what that defense did in the passing game. They were the no-fly zone for a reason.
That was
Throw on them.
That was
That
Revis
was
and
Revis,
Cromartie, right?
Cromartie, Jim Leonard in the safeties, Calvin Pace, Sean Ellis, David Harris, Bart Scott,
Yeah, they were shutting teams
Chris
down
Jenkins.
like a
We were shutting
motherfucker.
teams down. Problem is we had Mark Sanchez. That's the problem. We're always a quarterback away when we have great defenses. Always a quarterback away when we have great defenses.
The Jets had the number 5 pass defense in the last 30 years in 2009. Best pass defense since 2002. Jets went 9-7.
Yeah, because we had Mark Sanchez. And we went to the AFC Championship game. The fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing?
You do know the Ravens defense was like was a wild card team, and their offense was terrible.
And they had Trent Dilfer at quarterback. The only difference is that Ravens defense is the greatest defense ever.
Yeah.
I'm not comparing any Jet defense to that defense. Ever. I will never.
That Ravens defense was a fucking cheat code.
I will never do that. And then
Usually,
they went and they added Ed Reed.
usually teams with the best defenses, they always struggle in the offensive department.
This Jet defense gave up 31.
No, the 2013 Seahawks didn't
They gave up
struggle.
30 to Miami twice that year.
The defense did, or did were they interceptions?
Never mind.
I'm sorry. Are you just looking at point totals? Or
Never
I was gonna say you're looking at point totals.
Who cares?
You're looking at point totals and not how you score. So if you would like to go through those teams and see how they scored, by all means.
Who cares?
By all means.
Who cares?
Because
This-
pick sixes go on the defense, right?
It's just always.
If Miami scored a pick six, an interception from Mark Sanchez, is that points
always.
against the defense? No?
It's cool.
Okay,
It's cool. You guys.
If I'm correct, that is a game Ted Ginn had multiple kickoff returns. In 2009. I fucking hate Ted Ginn.
Patriots put up 30 on y'all too. Why did the Patriots put up 30 on y'all?
Because that's Tom Brady. The fuck?
Okay.
And I would like you to see how the Patriots offense scored. Or were there a couple scoopski patatas in there?
You're gonna nitpick any stat I give you.
The problem is, you could say a Patriots team scored 31. How did they score the 31? Because you could score on special teams, offense, and defense. That's the problem here. And if the teams didn't score on offense, or didn't score a lot on offense, it doesn't matter. Because Mark Sanchez threw an interception, pick six. That's not being scored against the defense. Am I correct? That's how that works?
Yep. Best defense to never win a title. Is that what you're calling it?
No, I have to look into that, but no. I'm sure there's better that didn't win. Like, I don't know why you get like so upset with me saying things that I read. Like, why do you think I make things up? I don't.
Because you have your green colored glasses on.
Steven saw it. He doesn't have green colored glasses at all.
But this also goes back into our debate that stats are not the end all be all. Like,
When you're determining a defense and how good it is, yeah, it kind of is.
no, it's not. It's not.
So if a Jet team allowed 10 points a game, like throughout the season, right? I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying picking a number. But a Ravens defense allowed 17 points a game, but had better players on it. Which defense is better?
The Ravens defense.
Why? Because the Jets defense allows less points a game,
Because the Ravens defense has better players on it.
but their
That's
production
the
is not the
answer.
same.
That's
Production
the
is not the
answer.
same.
They have better players. You're answering it for yourself. They have better players.
But one team allows less
Don't
points.
mean anything when we're
One
arguing
team allows
who's
less
better.
points than the other. Do they
That's why
not?
we can't. That's why we can't have this conversation. The stats are not the end all be all.
So if a team allows less points a game, a team that allows more points a game is better.
They have better players. Yes.
Just because they have better players doesn't always mean it translates. Do you remember that Dream Team Eagles where Vince Young was like, "Oh, we're gonna be the fucking Super Bowl"? They had a ridiculous defense, and they sucked. Remember when they had Nnamdi Asomugha and fucking Brian Dawkins and all these guys in that defense?
When we found out that Nnamdi was a fraud and not that good,
I love Nnamdi. Anthony might not, but just because you have better players on your team doesn't mean the defense is going to be better. The Jets had one Pro Bowler on that defense.
which is a frost.
Really? Because there was a 4-year stretch where that defense was top 5 in the NFL.
So they should have had multiple Pro Bowlers.
We should have. We only had Revis.
Cromartie was playing at a Pro Bowl level.
But did he make a Pro Bowl?
But that's my point.
He was not a Pro Bowler.
You're banking on the stat and acting like Cromartie was not playing great.
He was playing awesome. Nobody else thought so.
That's just, we can't have this conversation.
Mike is sitting here saying if I have 10 points and another team has 17 points, 17 is better than 10 when it's being scored against me. That is not how math works, because you want teams to score less.
Because there's more context to that.
You want teams to score less, right?
The team that gave up 10 only had to guard 7 possessions, and the team that had 17 had to guard 14 possessions.
Oh, are they causing turnovers?
Who knows? There's context.
Or are they forcing teams 3 and out?
This thing called context.
Or
that no
3
one
and outs.
wants to use.
So
Like there's
you're speaking backwards. You're speaking backwards. You want teams to score more points against you. Cool.
You're making.
I want teams to score less points.
And you don't care how it gets done. So again,
Why do I give a fuck? Are they scoring less points?
Again, Dylan, that doesn't make sense because
It does make sense.
No, because you will sit here and then turn around and tell me that Jalen Hurts is invalidated all the stats that he put up because it doesn't. Because all he played was bums.
I only
can't
asked
have
you
it
about
both
one
ways.
stat.
You
I only
can't
asked you about
have
one
it
stat.
both
Do you want me to
ways.
go and do other stats too?
You can't have it both ways.
I'm
can't say it doesn't matter who's in front of you. Just let me see the stats, and then say
That's
there's
not what I said.
context to the stats.
That's not what I said. I asked you if a defense allows 10 points and another defense allows 17 points, but 17-point defense has better players on it, which would you like? You went with, they have better players, so they have to be the better defense. Clearly not. If we're just looking at this one stat, clearly not.
But that's an unrealistic prism. There's no context to what you're saying.
Yes, it is. There's tons of context. It is tons of context to what I'm saying.
Did they play the same team? Was
They
one
can.
home? Was
Sure,
one
let's
road?
go. Let's go. The Patriots and the Jets, back to back. They play the same teams. This Patriots defense allows 17 points a game. This Jets defense gives 10 points a game.
5 minutes ago.
You didn't ask. I tried to make it simple, but when I make it too simple, it's a problem. But if we want to go into the weeds, I could go into the weeds. So do you want me to go into the weeds or no?
Keep running and keep running.
I just don't understand why you think getting more points scored on you is a good thing. But man, they got better players on that defense.
Defense, the Jets defense is not better than the Tampa defense. That's my end all be all today. They're not.
That's fine. We're all entitled to our opinions. But when they were ranking the defenses and the Jets defense was top 5 of the decade, then what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to argue it. Why would I? Because I'm not the only one who thinks so.
I've never heard anyone call that Jets defense.
The Jets defense was ridiculous. We were the
No one
only
remembers
defense
that team.
because we didn't win. You don't remember the loser.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know who we played in our AFC Championship games?
Also the point.
Do you remember who we played in our But we didn't lose
You
because
lost-
of our defense.
You lost to Peyton Manning and you lost to Ben Roethlisberger.
You don't. Yeah, exactly. We didn't lose because of our defense. We got 14 points scored on us in the first half against Pittsburgh. We shut Pittsburgh out. They only had a field goal. Then we come in there to score 2 straight touchdowns. We get the ball in the last possession, and the offense couldn't score. The defense played on their heads. You can't say that's bad that we lost because of the defense. We lost because we called a halfback dive on the goal line with LaDainian Tomlinson and not Sean Green.
I didn't say you lost to the
But it's like, oh, clearly the defense wasn't that good. The defense was the reason we were in the game. Any of these games. Fun fact, that Steelers year, we were the only team to play Green Bay and not allow a touchdown. We lost 9-3 against the Green Bay Packers that ended up going and washing Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl. Washing them. And we held them bitches to no touchdowns.
Burns, doesn't it, that you couldn't get it done? Burns.
It does, because Mark Sanchez sucked. So it's like when you talk about a defense, when you're like, oh, remember that defense? You start talking about it, you're like, oh shit, that defense actually was really fucking good. The problem is you win on both sides of the ball, and we couldn't. Not my fault. Mark Sanchez throwing interceptions in Indianapolis. Defense can't stop him from doing that. Can they? I don't think so.
Great defenses are great, but if you put them on, if your offense is consistently putting them on the field, they're going to break.
Like, what the fuck? We didn't lose because of the defense.
You didn't win because of them either.
You're right, we didn't win because our offense couldn't score.
You didn't win because of them either.
That's how that goes. Wonder why the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl?
Their
Because they
defense
were able to
scored-
run the football to
Because
score.
their defense scored points. That's why they won.
Well, the defense, the special teams, and Jamal Lewis rookie year.
Yeah, let's not act like they didn't run the football for a bajillion yards.
They did.
And Jamal Lewis and Priest Holmes.
That Jets defense was fucking awesome. It's just Mark Sanchez gives the ball away. Sorry. He broke the play pattern. We had red cards, yellow cards, green cards. The green card is where you're supposed to make the easy pass. And he was like, nah, fuck it. David Clowney's down there somewhere.
I hope you have all this vitriol when they put Mark Sanchez in the Jets Ring of Honor.
I love Mark Sanchez.
That's not going to happen.
I love Mark Sanchez. Nah, they might put him in there. Will he go in the Hall of Fame? No, but they'll put him in.
Don't know.
They'll put him in. It'll take a while, but they'll put him in. They just put Brick and Mangold in there. He'll get in. Mark was a good Jet. He just sucked.
Jet legend.
Hey,
All right.
last time there was success.
Okay. Let's do him first. Actually, no. We'll do him last.
Can I go first for I'm him before
Well,
anybody
no,
else
we're
speaks mine?
We're gonna do him last.
Okay, but I'll go first.
Okay. We are once again doing fantasy football. As you guys know, we had our draft on air last week. The trash talk has already begun. As you can see, Anthony already shaking his head because for some reason he thinks he's gonna win, like he did last year. But he did. I won.
Wait. Why didn't I win, Mike?
Did you miss the
Reiterate,
playoffs?
why?
That's
Why? How did I miss the playoffs?
You
Mike?
missed the
Would
playoffs.
you
That's
like
why
to explain for the audience how I missed the playoffs?
Because you did
How you conspired to shut me out of the postseason last year?
You just
But
didn't
I
win
was
enough.
I was packing this man up on a weekly basis with my eyes closed.
Weekly
Mike-
basis. Did
And
you
Mike
lose to me?
Mike shut me out of the playoffs.
And how exactly did I shut you out the
I
playoffs?
did
How did you
not forget about that. And I
How
will
did- how did
avenge
I do that?
I will avenge my loss.
Steven,
this year.
just for
team in the
context here,
playoffs
Anthony's
and
been
I
to
put
the
them
out?
football
I was
playoffs.
supposed to be in the
NFL
playoffs, and you played around with the settings. Confirmed you played around with those
I
settings.
played around with the settings.
Yes, you did.
Here we
Anthony, your mad fantasy football playoffs didn't go into NFL playoffs. That never happens.
I said what I said, Dylan.
Half your team wouldn't have played
I
because
said
they
what I
weren't
said.
in the playoffs.
I said what I said, Dylan.
Just nonsense.
This year I will avenge myself.
Cool. Can we bring back our favorite segment from last year? Where is Anthony on the final standings projection?
Yes, absolutely can. We will be doing the same. We have a couple, Steven, our friend Darius from the No Games Just Business podcast, also in our league this year. Obviously, this whole season is dedicated to our brother Josh, who is no longer with us. So this year, our fantasy football league is going to be, you will hear us every week, the Josh Thomas Fantasy Football League. And that will be the name of our segment. I have some breaking news. So it is still sponsored by Mike Ortiz, but it is not Mike Ortiz at Cross Country Mortgage. It is Mike Ortiz at Total Mortgage now.
There we go.
We'll have a new graphic whenever he gets back from vacation. I think he's in Virginia or something playing softball. But last place will be doing a penalty again. Who got last place?
Huh?
Who got last place last year?
Josh.
Oh, I still have to do that. Okay.
Yes, you do.
I still have to do the ice bucket challenge. We are going to be settling our debts. I wanted this done by tonight, but unfortunately, Dylan had a injury. I don't want to say Father Time, but yeah, Dylan
Tore my Achilles.
Yeah, there you go. So Dylan tore his Achilles, so that kind of put a hold on our paying off these bets, but they will get paid off because once Dylan's able to stand for more than 5 minutes, me and him will be taking a trip to Anthony's house, and these debts will be paid off. And
You can scoop me up whenever.
I mean, don't threaten me with a good time.
Pause.
So, that's a super pause right there.
Because Anthony owes us, so I'm down to go.
Okay,
I can
Dylan.
walk a little bit.
What restaurant are you going to, Dylan? Huh?
I thought
Because we still got to take your ass to a restaurant.
That
Not
will
my
still
choice.
happen.
The problem is Mike can scoop me. I can't go voluntarily. I can't drive. Literally can't drive.
So we'll be over to your house, Anthony. We'll do, because you owe an ice bucket challenge also, sir.
And the hot gummy bear.
And you will be eating that hot gummy on one of these shows in the next couple of weeks.
And he's got to go to Hook and Reel.
And that will be documented also.
Stay tuned,
Hot
guys.
gummy bear is on sale at the mall. So we don't got to worry about Amazon.
When does it go off sale?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Anyways, because it's there. My favorite segment from last year is where is Anthony currently projected on the final standings board, sponsored by Mike Ortiz at Total Mortgage. And as of right now,
Just to know, you wouldn't even be saying this.
the Sin City Sleepers are projected to be in.
Seepers, not sleepers.
Well, that's what you'll be doing because you're scheduled to be last place. You are ranked 10 out of 10.
Not a good draft for Anthony.
Anthony had a dog shit draft.
They did not like
What?
Yeah, your team sucks.
My team sucks?
Yes,
How's my team suck?
your team sucks.
Where in my starting lineup does this suck? Tell me.
Let's start with Dallas Goedert, Amari Cooper, Justin Tucker.
What?
Yep.
Those
You
are
have a lot
bad
of-
picks?
You have a lot of guys who don't especially running backs who don't catch. So that's gonna suck in a PPR league,
which we are.
which we are. And your bench, Quentin Johnson, Tajay Spears, Brock Purdy, Dawson Knox, Hunter Renfrow, and Deontay Foreman. Your bench is garbage. Mind you, you drafted 2 kickers.
Dylan, didn't we play 3 times last year?
Is this the same team?
Wait.
You have the
Wait.
same team?
Oh, wait. You don't want to go back to the
We
past.
played 3 times. I beat you once in the regular season.
And then
You
I beat
me
you
once in the
twice.
regular season, and then I got
whooped you
fucked because
twice.
somebody died on the football field.
Oh, God, here we go. How many times I gotta tell you, Dylan? You would have lost even if they played.
It's
You
the
were
butterfly
down.
effect.
You were down by so many points, it wouldn't have mattered.
Actually, at that point, I was not down by that many points. I was down by many points after the fact. But again, it's the butterfly effect. When you change one thing in the past, it affects the future completely. So if Joe Burrow would have played, it'd been a completely different scenario.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, that's how it goes.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We don't live in
That's
that
you
world.
talking about last year, like we were supposed to play 3 more weeks of fantasy football.
Because in all honesty,
Shoulda, coulda, fucking woulda. Shouldn't have dropped Tua.
you wouldn't even be in this situation if Dylan would have got that game in that DeMar Hamlin almost died. Because that's the only thing that really helps you. You was the one that benefited from that. If we'd be
Because I had Joe Burrow and Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, but dude, you still would have lost.
Again,
You were
you change how history is, everything else changes around it. The butterfly effect.
well.
Kill a butterfly
my,
past. Hitler fucking kills all the Jews.
well, my road to redemption and victory starts with Blackheart this week,
Can't wait.
Yeah,
and
you
I will
win that
beat
one.
him senseless this week.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll probably win that one. I hope you lose, but you'll probably win that one.
So
Meanwhile,
before we-
Anthony's out here fucking praying injury on Travis Kelce for.
Whoa. Who said I was praying injury on Chad? I'm just saying he may not play tomorrow night. That's all
You
I'm
literally put the angry face when I said he had no torn ligaments.
saying. Okay.
That's you being mad that he's healthy. You want
Dude,
him to
that's
just
not-
set on fire. Like so bad for no reason. I didn't unprovoked. Hey Dylan, and like before we recorded, Travis Kelce's officially out. Where is he out?
So, before we finish, is also one other thing. Either way, Anthony, you better beat Blackheart because you're playing the champ next week. So, you might want to get,
oh.
get your dub early because
Okay.
going 0-2 is not a good look. And if I lose to Steven, best believe we're coming for blood in week 2.
Bring it on, man. I don't back down from the chat. Well,
Yes, you do.
I'm not going to back down from this.
Yes, you do.
What
I'm
a
not
great,
going to.
can't say that with
I'm
a
not.
straight
I'm not going to back down from this challenge. Mike.
what a great segue, Anthony. Because during our fantasy football show, we were trying to get a bet about this Jets versus Raiders game. And Anthony said by week 1, we would have the negotiations done. And here we are, our last chance. And I just want to know, are we going to have a Nick Bosa 1159 deal that's going to be made here on air?
I got
or
2 words for you, Mike. 2 words. Ask Dylan.
Wheel spin. Outright. Jets versus Raiders. Easy bet.
For you. Dylan, you ever heard of a deal where both people get what they want? Is that possible for you to do a deal like that? Why is it every time I try? Why is every time I try to make a deal with you, it's always what Dylan wants? It's never about.
what
it's
do
never-
you want, Anthony?
No
Oh,
points
wait.
spread. Outright, what do you want?
All right.
What do you want?
This
No
the
points
reason.
spread.
Hold on. The reason why I structured the deal the way I did was because Dylan wanted Will spin. I didn't. So I was like, okay, how could I meet in the middle? How
There's
can
no
I
middle.
still? There actually was a middle.
There's no middle.
It's called you still get a wheel spin, but it's not as easy, but it's still not hard for you to get it at the same time.
Listen.
Hold on. Not that. You remember last week, because you tried to ask the other panel a question, and I added on to that question. And I said, how much would the Jets win by? And they all said around 10 points. So what is hard about taking this deal, Dylan?
I don't want to be. I want to outright bet. So we
But
take
does
Jets
that-
Raiders
but does
out-
that make-
no. We take Jets Raiders outright. What's the bet? Jets Raiders outright.
Well, you just want outright wheel spin.
I just want outright. No, we could negotiate the wheel spin. Jets Raiders outright. What's the bet? And don't come at me with bullshit.
It wasn't bullshit.
It was going to be bullshit. It's going to be Arizona and a bag of Funyuns.
Wait, what?
It was going to be Arizona and a bag of Funyuns.
Who eats
You
this?
cheap ass.
Also, I added money to that, by the way. It
I
wasn't
don't
just
care
Arizona.
about the money.
Money is what most people use for bets, Dylan. God damn it.
We use wheel spins here.
No, you use wheel spins.
We, as a pod, use wheel spins. That's
No,
why you owe me an ice bucket and a gummy.
I still do money. You just don't want to do money.
I want, because I don't care about money.
I care about
So
money.
Jets Raiders outright. What do you want? The problem is you try to do soft ass bets where the cushion is all there and there's no real punishment.
You're the one who said you wants to see shame. Is there anything else you would subscribe to other than Will Smith?
I'm asking you what you want. For an
Honestly,
outright bet, not a point spread bet, an outright bet.
Okay, all right. For me personally, I'll simplify it even more. Fuck it. Jets Raiders will do the Will spin. You win, you get the Will spin. If I win, I don't really care for Will spins. I'll $50. $50, Dylan.
Okay.
All right, we got it done.
That's a deal.
That's a deal.
Jets win.
He spins the wheel.
He spins
I
the
spin.
wheel.
If
Raiders win.
Raiders win, he gets $50.
Handshake. Other hand.
Yeah, you use your right hand.
There
There you go. There we go. We
Make
finally
it
did
happen,
it.
folks.
I just
must-
wanted to make sure I could win a wheel spin. That's
I
it.
must say, I really wanted that head shave, but maybe
Anthony
No,
wasn't
that,
doing
no,
Anthony
that.
wasn't doing that.
I would have done two
absolutely
Will
did
spins
it.
before I got my head shaved. Fuck that.
I absolutely did that, but you know Anthony, coward.
Whatever you say.
That wheel spin's gonna be filthy.
That's $50. Oh yeah, and I want a $50 bill too. No.
Go ahead. I don't fucking care. I don't think Cash App does bills. What are we gonna do? Mail you a $50 bill
You put it in the envelopes.
and mail
Leave
it?
it. No, you can just come to the house and just drop it off on my porch.
I can't drive.
Have someone do it for you.
Yeah, right. Let me go. Here's $50. Go bring this to somebody. Sure. See how well that works out. I'll be driving by November. That'll be fine. But I don't have to worry about it. I could tear my other Achilles and not have to worry about it.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Because it'll just be a wheel spin.
Love you
Well,
guys.
guys, we got the bet. We got it done at the last one.
Got
Clean
it
fucking
done.
teeth.
Got it done.
I would have agreed to your last bet if you got rid of the point spread.
No, I wasn't gonna get rid of the point spread. No.
I know. But now that we got it, no point spread, just outright money line.
Gotta love it. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe button.
We're not gonna do the I'm in.
We
can do
are.
it after
Oh.
we tell them where to find us. It's okay, Anthony. It's the season premiere.
Yeah, it's been a long off season, man.
Get
It's
rusty. I'll make sure I update this graphic too, Dylan. I feel like we need animation for this graphic. But find us on all platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Twitch. You name it, we're on there. Follow the IG page. Amazon Music, we're on everything. Wherever you get your podcasts, we're there. YouTube, obviously. And the only thing left for us is I'm him. Shout out to the FIBA Team USA. Hopefully they bring it home by the time we do this show next week. Go ahead, Dylan. I'm him. Go ahead. We'll do the news after this.
I'm him for this week. Prime time Deion Sanders and the University of Colorado.
Not
Prime's changing the game of college football. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders. He'll be the first quarterback taken in not this next draft, the next draft in 2 years. Because he's unbelievable. I think he's the best quarterback in the country, personally.
Right now?
Yeah. I said before the season started, I thought he was my dark horse Heisman award winner going into the season because people don't realize how fucking good he actually is. And in the structure of an offense, Shedeur is fucking awesome. Caleb Williams is really good, and I'm a USC fan, but a lot of his shit comes from him just running around. He doesn't play within the system at all. And we see that shit fail time and time again in the NFL. So hopefully he'll be all right. But I think Shedeur is the best quarterback in the country. Travis Hunter is fucking unbelievable. Played 150 snaps, both sides of the ball in college in like 100-degree heat. Over 100 yards receiving and an interception on defense. He's fucking ridiculous.
Phenomenal interception.
So shout out to Colorado for getting a big win against TCU, the TCU team that was just in the national championship game. 45-42 victory. And then they go for their first home game in Colorado against Nebraska on Saturday. And I will be watching.
Nationally televised.
We come.
Anthony, who is him?
I'm him. I have to give it to Quincy Isaiah because he is turning into one of my favorite actors. He's actually doing a phenomenal job on this season of Winning Time. And he is a great Magic Johnson. He pulls it off extremely well. So, especially on this last episode. So I definitely am going to give him his flowers today.
Okay. Well, I am going to follow suit with Dylan and give it to Coach Prime. That was absolutely phenomenal. I was watching the game with Roz, and I remember at the beginning of the game was like, all we need for Prime for this game is just to be competitive. That's it. It's all you need to do to be competitive, and you will have proved your point. Well, not only were they competitive, Coach Prime had them boys ready to go. They punched TCU in the face, and they got the dub. So I'm him. It's Coach Prime, and we coming. Can't wait.
Anthony, just for like context, this Colorado team won one game last year. Won one game, and he kept all of 2 people from that roster and brought in everybody. That's why it's crazy, because this whole team, he brought in like 58 new players.
That's crazy.
To Colorado, and just won a game they had no business. They were 21-point underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
21-point underdogs and won.
This is why I said just stay competitive.
They're not going to win nothing crazy. They're probably like the Pac-12 is still really good. They're not going to win that shit, but they're going to have like 9, 10 wins. And that's coming from one win the year before.
I mean, you're
threw for 500 plus yards. That's the most yard he threw for the most yards in a FBS debut ever. He's ridiculous, and he never looked like the moment was too big for him because he was fucking those boys up.
He was picking them apart like it was nothing.
And all these fucking shitheads, because college football's all tradition, right? And he's kicking the door down like, fuck your tradition. Watch me steal all these recruits from Alabama. Watch me do all this. He's literally changing the game on how you recruit in the NIL deals and getting these kids money in fucking Colorado. Like, they suck. And he's changing the culture, man. Prime is the real fucking deal. Real fucking deal.
So that is I'm him. There's one piece of business left. Let's announce our new weekly Sunday night football show. After Sunday night football, we will be live every Sunday during the football season. It's not post-game live. It's not quite that. It's going to be a full show, but we will be recapping all the football games. It will be our only football show unless, something crazy happens in the world. But
yeah,
it will be all football. I will be on it, co-hosting. Dylan and Steven, who you saw earlier, will primarily be our runners for that show, and Anthony will be there. So every Sunday, you'll have Anthony, Steven, and Dylan yelling and arguing about something.
I watch every game.
And then we will be back on our regular filming on Tuesdays, premiering Wednesday or Thursday, like we normally do every week. But yeah, we are expanding. We are on show 2. SmackDown is coming. SmackDown is
They named a show after me.
So we will enjoy that. We will see you there. This is a regular show, so we have to do our goodbyes. Anthony, it's all on you.
Season 3. What else is there to say? Great episode. You know, a lot of interesting predictions, mostly bad ones, not by me, but by other people. But other than that, you know, this was a good show, fun show. Can't wait for all the things that season 3 has to, you know, come into fruition. And also, Drake, September 22nd, For All the Dogs, dropping his new album. Just announced that today. And yeah, you guys have a great day. See y'all next week.
Such a Drake mark.
Shout out to all the viewers, listeners. Appreciate all of you guys. Please come tune in for us Sunday nights as we bear our hearts out, talk about football weekly. If you guys haven't already done this, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all your things. But also, go watch live action One Piece on Netflix.
Oh, God, don't. Please don't.
Because it's fantastic. And it's the best live action anime adaptation they've ever done. So if you guys are looking for something good to watch on Netflix, each episode's an hour. There's only 8 episodes. Get you involved in the One Piece world. It's a great time. The author of One Piece was heavily involved in it, so it's not like these shitheads trying to rechange everything. He did it. So shout out to Ichiro Oda. Appreciate you, my dog. One Piece live action's awesome. You're good.
All right. Well, we are back for another season. Season 3 is off and running. This is going to be a fun season. More wheel spins, more crazy hot takes. Basketball is on the way. Fantasy basketball is on the way. You will see Breezy and Roz in the future. Obviously, this was a football episode, so Breezy had the night off. But the full team will be back and better than ever. Make sure to follow me on all the socials, IAM_MBJ. We will try to actually we got a lot of good response for our interview series. So we're going to try and sprinkle that in during the season still. Have some returning guests. You'll see the Riches back on here at some point. Like I mentioned, Darius is going to jump on here for an episode. I'm sure he won't be talking about his Falcons, but he'll be back on soon. And like I said, we'll have Steven popping in on Sundays and maybe even sometime on Tuesdays as well. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Wherever you are, let's have a fun season. And that is all I've got. Fellas, do we got anything left?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Right, so like I said, we will end this season. This season is dedicated to Josh. So we are going to end this season playing this out.